Chapter 567. She was worried about Xiaobao. She didn't want to die. Seeing the knife coming towards her heart, she was stunned. That was all she could think of. At that critical moment, Xinyin jumped over and kicked the knife out of the assassin's hand. Seeing that he was no match for Xinyin, the other guards rushed towards him. He broke through the glass and jumped down from the building. Xinyin couldn't care less about the assassin's whereabouts. She held Lu Shuang's shoulder and scolded him emotionally. "Are you okay? Are you stupid? If he hadn't been stunned just now, you would have died." Lu Shuang came back to his senses. He could tell that Xinyin was scolding him. He felt wrong too. "I protected your prime minister. If it wasn't for me, he would have gone to their western paradise and died in your country. Let's see how you're going to explain it to country F. You're the stupid one and you're blaming me." Xinyin knew that it was all thanks to Lu Shuang. But to him, Lu Shuang was more important than the prime minister. If something happened to her, his life would be filled with darkness and he would lose all joy in life. Seeing her red eyes, he felt sorry for her. He pulled her into his arms and hugged her tightly. His body was trembling because he was afraid of losing her. Hua Zixing's face turned pale for a moment. Lu Shuang saw that there were so many people watching and pushed her hard. He knew that he shouldn't be impulsive, so he let go of her and said in a low voice, "You've done a good job this time. I'll reward you on Monday." When he said that, it seemed that the hug was just a compliment from the president to the people around him. Hua Zixing smiled and said, "Lu Shuang, you did a great job." Lu Shuang pursed his lips and didn't say anything. Now that he thought about it, he was still a little scared. She didn't know what she was thinking at that time, but her brain was filled with blood and she stood in front of the prime minister. The prime minister was also very grateful. He turned around and hugged Lu Shuang. He said in the language of country A, "Thank you." Xinyan's face instantly turned pale. However, she couldn't lose her temper. Lu Shuang smiled and said, "You're welcome. It's what I should do." He looked at the prime minister with approval and appreciation in his eyes. Frowning slightly, he stood in front of the prime minister and ordered Lu Shuang seriously, "You go back with Colonel Cheng first. I approve your request just now." What did she ask for? Tomorrow he invited the prime minister to his house for a meal. Could she not show up? "I don't have to attend such banquets in the future?" That was great. Lu Shuang beamed and nodded. "Mr. President is wise. Good night, Mr. President. Best wishes to Mr. President." Xinyan saw that she was smiling so sweetly. If he hadn't stopped her just now, she would still be smiling now. He would teach him a lesson when he returned. Colonel Cheng stepped forward and led Lu Shuang away. The prime minister looked at Lu Shuang's back and praised, "Women are not inferior to men. A delicate girl like you has the spirit of sacrificing herself for others. Your country is indeed admirable. I will definitely convince our president to cooperate with us this time. Then I'll have to trouble you. I'll get someone to send you back." Xinyan smiled politely and signaled to the leader of the guards with her eyes. The leader of the guards understood and nodded. They had to strengthen the security today. Nangong Yu's face was as dark as it could get. She didn't expect that Lu Shuang would make such a great contribution as soon as he arrived. She looked at Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing was still smiling. She looked kind and didn't seem to mind. On the way, Xinyan and Hua Zixing parted ways. "Madam, I think you should teach Lu Shuang a lesson. If this goes on, her position will be higher than yours," Nangong Yu said angrily. Hua Zixing looked ahead without batting an eyelid. "If you were the one protecting the prime minister today, I might have arranged for you to work for the president tomorrow. I suspect that it was Lu Shuang's man. Otherwise, how would she dare to do that?" Nangong Yu said pitifully. "It can't be her man." Although he was stunned for a moment, his target was not the prime minister but Lu Shuang's heart. If it wasn't for Xinyan, Lu Shuang would be dead by now. Hua Zixing saw it clearly. The assassin wanted to kill Lu Shuang. His target is Lu Shuang? Who is it? Nangong Yu was surprised. "I don't know. His target was the prime minister at first, but after he saw Lu Shuang he changed his target. Don't be jealous of her and hate her all the time. Pleasing Xinyan is the most important thing," Hua Zixing reminded her. Nangong Yu felt even more wronged. She pouted higher than her nose. "I want to please her too, but the president won't give me a chance. The opportunity is right in front of you, but you don't know how to cherish it. Just wait and see." "I will remind you when the time comes," Hua Zixing said helplessly. President's palace. Lu Shuang had just finished showering and was lying on the bed when the door opened. She saw the travel-worn Xinyan and sat up. "You're back pretty fast." Xinyan saw that she was fine, so he knocked her head. "You're really brave." Do you want to die? He knocked her head hard. Lu Shuang held his head. Are you kidding me? You're trying to get back at me again. Didn't I pass? Besides, I did it all for you. Sheniyen's eyes were filled with tenderness. Even his breathing became nervous. He said very seriously, Can I assume that I'm in your heart? Lu Shuang paused for a moment. She had saved the Prime Minister because she was out of her mind. She did not think too much about it. If she had a second to think, she would definitely not have stood in front of the Prime Minister rashly. However, it was definitely a good thing for Sheniyen to let his guard down. It would be easy for her to take revenge and leave. She was not smart, but she was not stupid either. Lu Shuang nodded. Sheniyen smiled. He did not hide the surprise and excitement in his eyes. He lowered his head and kissed her on the lips. Lu Shuang was worried endlessly. She was really tired today. She covered her lips and said, I've already brushed my teeth. I'm going to sleep. He looked at her deeply. She was the only one in his dark eyes. He did not force her. Wait for me. He went into the bathroom, brushed his teeth and showered. She did not want to wait. She switched off the lights and closed her eyes. However, she did not fall asleep immediately. She pretended to doze off. Sheniyen came out wearing only a towel. His hair had been washed and dried in the bathroom. He saw that Lu Shuang's eyes were closed and she was not moving at all. How could he not know whether she was asleep or not? With such a gentle sleeping posture, he was 100% sure that she was not asleep. He did not expose her. He lifted the blanket and lay down beside her. He switched off the lights and only left the wall lamp on. He placed his hand on Lu Shuang's waist. Shuang, if you're free tomorrow, go to the hospital to remove the ring. Lu Shuang was stunned. She was scared out of her wits. How could she still pretend to be asleep? She turned her head and looked at him. Why? Chapter 568. Lu Shuang felt the need to have a good talk with him. She turned around and faced Sheniyen. She said seriously, It's not appropriate for us to have a child now. Firstly, I'm by your side. No matter what, I'm a celebrity. A celebrity by the president's side is not married but is pregnant. Anyone with a bad brain would be able to guess that it's yours. Secondly, it wasn't easy for me to lose weight and have my current figure. Once I get pregnant, I'll gain weight. Moreover, the focus will shift to the child. Thirdly, you'll definitely be distracted, right? You'll have another weakness for others, right? Sheniyen looked at her with a burning gaze. Firstly, we're preparing for pregnancy. We don't know when we'll be pregnant. Secondly, when your stomach gets bigger, I'll arrange another place for you to wait for delivery in peace. No one will find out, so there won't be any gossip that you're worried about. Thirdly, you used to be fat, but I didn't despise you. So, I won't despise you when you grow fat in the future. Fourthly, as for the child's education, I have a good confinement nanny and tutors to accompany our child. You don't have to worry about it. Fifth, as long as you're strong enough, there's nothing to be afraid of. Lu Shuang couldn't win against him in an argument, so he said shamelessly, I don't want to. Sheniyen looked at her fixedly. Because of the dim light, she couldn't see what was in his eyes, but she could vaguely tell that it wasn't a good thing. She felt a chill down her spine and explained, I haven't had enough of a two-person life. Many people around me are married, so I don't have as much time as a couple. I don't have the passion of a boyfriend or girlfriend. After I give birth to a child, it becomes even less. I'm almost 30 and I'm about to reach the age of a wolf. It's not good to be pregnant at that time. You've already given birth to a child for me. Have I not given you one? Sheniyen didn't agree. Lu Shuang was embarrassed. Aren't we not married yet? I'm not married now either. Lu Shuang, that's why we can't have children. After she said that, she felt that her words were contradictory. She didn't want to argue with Sheniyen anymore. She turned her back to him. Sheniyen was silent and so was Lu Shuang. After more than 10 minutes, Sheniyen asked, Are you asleep? Lu Shuang pursed his lips and said nothing. You're not going to answer? Then I'll do it directly, Sheniyen warned. I'm falling asleep, Lu Shuang said unwillingly. Sheniyen sneered and turned around, trapping her in his shadow. Before she could react, he lowered his head and kissed her lips. Lu Shuang pushed him away. He didn't want it. The weather now was very cold. Even though he had a heater, it was still cold. She had already showered and didn't want to shower after sex. Unfortunately, he didn't give her a chance to refuse. He held her hand that was pushing him and pressed it on top of her head. In the past, there were many preludes. This time, perhaps because he was unhappy, he lifted her leg anxiously. Lu Shuang was angry, but he couldn't break free. He twisted his waist and seemed more cooperative. Xinyan, don't be like this. Aren't you like a wolf? Why do I feel that you don't want it at all? If you don't want it, just give me a child. If you're pregnant, I promise I won't touch you, Xinyan said sarcastically, suppressing his anger. F***ck Lu Shuang was furious. He pushed Xinyan onto the bed. Am I your tool for giving birth? He held her waist, his eyes filled with passion as he looked at her. I have many tools, but I only want you and only you. Don't you understand? Or do you really not understand why I'm doing this? Lu Shuang's brain wasn't very sharp at night. She really couldn't understand why he was so tongue-tied. But suddenly a thought flashed through her mind. If her middle school or primary school classmates knew that she was together with Xinyan and doing such things, what would they think? She remembered that Xinyan was also the school hunk back then. F***ck, sleeping with a school hunk didn't seem to be a loss. She lowered her head and sucked Xinyan's neck. It was easier to use her hands than her brain. Xinyan didn't stop her. He held her waist and entered her again. Lu Shuang sat up and saw a red mark on his neck. He regretted it. It was too obvious and could be easily found. I'll use concealer tomorrow. He frowned and turned over again. Don't think about other things when you're doing it with me. Lu Shuang, the next day. When Lu Shuang woke up, Xinyan was no longer there. She turned over and went back to sleep. Her eyes were closed, but her mind was very clear. She thought about what happened last night. So embarrassing, so embarrassing. The second time she and Xinyan did it, it was a tug of war. She was angry and weak. After he purposely went easy on her, she was finally on top. The more she thought about it, the more annoyed she became. She shouted rhythmically, "Go!" If Xinyan shouted, she would have no chance to make a comeback. So annoying. She felt that she had to train harder in the future. But it seemed that there was still a huge difference in strength. It was better to rest. She picked up the phone on the bedside table and looked at the time. It was already 10:15. She didn't want to get up and play games on her phone. The door was pushed open. Xinyan came in well-dressed. She was in a good mood. She sat on the bed and said, "Lazy pig, the Prime Minister and his wife will be here soon. If you don't get up now, you won't be able to go out. Then I'm going to lie down for a day. Get someone to send food up secretly," Lu Shuang said. Xinyan smiled. Her gaze was very gentle. Slowly, it was doting and she was in love with him. Lu Shuang was startled. Did she think that she couldn't get out of bed because of him? This thought made her feel very embarrassed. She lifted the blanket and got up. I feel like I'm still full of energy. I'll be lazy if I stay in bed. I'll go out for a walk. Xinyan smiled even brighter. She turned around and hugged him. It's not too late to do it again. Xinyan, don't you think you're in love? This way you won't be able to rest well and it's not good for your body. It will also distract you, Lu Shuang said directly. I'm afraid that I won't be able to satisfy you. What if you run away? He said seriously. Lu Shuang felt a little guilty. It's already enough. He didn't focus on this problem anymore. Where are you going later? I'm just going to walk around the streets. I haven't gone shopping for a long time. Today is Saturday, so it should be lively. The assassin from yesterday hasn't been caught yet. It's easy to get ambushed if you go downtown. There are too many people and it's not convenient for my people to protect you. Then do you have any good suggestions? Lu Shuang said helplessly. I'll be a little busy from noon until last night. Tomorrow morning the Prime Minister and his wife will return home, so I'll be free. Chapter 569. Xinyan scratched her nose. You stay in the room today. I'll get someone to bring the computer over. You can play games in the room. I promise it's the best configuration. Lu Shuang was disappointed. She rolled her eyes and fell onto the bed. Play games? Ha, Xinyan chuckled. I'll be visiting France soon. I'll bring you there. Lu Shuang looked at the ceiling with her eyes drooping. She placed her right foot on her left knee and swung it. She would endure for a while. She would be free after she got her revenge. Got it? Lu Shuang said lazily. Xinyan sat by her bed and looked at her. I just bought the copyright of a game. I tried it and it's quite interesting. I haven't released it yet. Do you want to give it a try? What genre is it? Lu Shuang was curious. It's based on a popular novel. There are police, doctors, lawyers, soldiers, architects, boxing champions, celebrities, students, and so on. There are 20 different professions. Each profession has its own skills. There are 10 zones in total. These zones are based on levels. For example, level 1 to 10 is in the first zone. Level 11 to 20 is in the second zone. There are individual competitions and team competitions. Take the first zone for example. If it's an individual competition, it'll be a small map. 80 people will be randomly selected. You can form an alliance and fight until there are only 3 people left. The winner will get 1,000 gold coins to buy equipment. If it's a team competition, it'll be a large map. 5 teams will be randomly selected. You can form an alliance, but it'll end when there's only 1 team left. Each team will be made up of 5 people. On average, each person will get 1,000 gold coins to buy equipment, Xinyan explained. Are there any monsters in there? Lu Shuang asked. Yes. Those monsters have equipment or pieces of equipment. They can level up, but it's very slow. Killing heroes is the fastest way to level up. Can those equipment be bought with money? Of course. Otherwise, how can we make money in this game? From the 5th zone onwards, we can participate in a free-for-all battle. It's a huge map. The top 3 winners will get a cash prize, Xinyan said patiently. Is there a bug? Lu Shuang's eyes lit up. The purpose of testing is to find bugs, fix them, and improve them. You aren't even listed yet. What do you want me to play? Lu Shuang was disinterested. Today the people from my gaming company won't be at work. They'll be accompanying you to play games. Your current account is your lifetime account. There are 100,000 gold coins in it. You can buy whatever you want. Lu Shuang was a little interested. How much is 100,000 gold coins? 1,000. 1 yuan is 100 gold coins. Lu Shuang made an okay gesture. Then I'll try my best. Once you've chosen your class, you can't change it unless you change your account. Choose carefully, Xinyan reminded him. Then I want to try all the classes. It's boring if I only choose one. This is a social platform. You can have babies. The babies can try all the classes within level 3. When they reach level 4, they have a fixed class. Babies? Does the baby belong to the guy or the girl? Lu Shuang scratched his head. It depends on the players themselves. Some are lucky enough to have twins. Then what if they get divorced? What should I do? If I bring a baby to level, people will find out that I'm divorced. Hehe. Lu Shuang thought about it and found it interesting. Xinyan was speechless. I didn't think of that. Do you have any good suggestions? Xinyan asked. If you sell it, your game will definitely be banned. That's because it's a bad idea. If the system takes it back, it'll be awkward. It's not a good idea. Or you can host it. When the kids grow up, they'll definitely want to be independent. You'll have to pay for hosting it. You can let the kids level up by themselves. The money can be given to their parents or they can use it to buy equipment. In the game, if the kids level up with their parents, the system will give them some gold coins based on their performance. What do you think? Lu Shuang asked. Xinyan was happy. She pressed the back of Lu Shuang's head and kissed his forehead. They've been playing this game for a month. What you suggested is the most important bug. Really? What's the reward? Lu Shuang asked sneakily. Xinyan smiled. What reward do you want? Huh? Lu Shuang thought about it seriously. What she wanted the most was revenge. Xinyan had already promised to take revenge for her. If he let her go after she said she wanted revenge, he would probably be even more vigilant. Can I keep it? I'll ask you next time. I won't wait for you next time. I might not be in the mood now, Xinyan said with certainty. He had already guessed what she was thinking. Then next time I want to be on top. Lu Shuang blurted out. This was a matter of dignity and sovereignty. Xinyan smiled. Her eyes were filled with affection. Okay, if you don't need my help. Who needs your help? Lu Shuang's face turned weird as she rolled her eyes. Xinyan was in a good mood. She made a call. After a while, Colonel Qing came with a laptop and reminded her. Mr. President, the Prime Minister will be here in 5 minutes. Okay. Go and check if there's anything missing, Xinyan ordered. Colonel Qing glanced at Xinyan. The only thing missing was the President himself. However, he did not dare to say anything else. He pushed the laptop out of the room. Xinyan, which one is it? Lu Shuang turned on the laptop and found that there were many games in it. Well, you need to register an account first. You can use WeChat or QQ. You can also use your mobile phone. Xinyan turned on the laptop for Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang went in and Xinyan helped him choose a pretty girl. You have a wardrobe at home. You can buy clothes from the store. What profession do you want? Do you have any good suggestions? Lu Shuang was confused. He looked at the 20 or so professions. Xinyan smiled. Beast tamer. It's a long-range hero. You can summon animals to fight for you. The animals appear for 1 minute. Their combat power is not bad, but your health is low. You need to find a hero to protect you. The cost of taming animals is not low. It's a waste of money. Xinyan, I don't want to be on top anymore. Can you top up 10,000 yuan for me? Lu Shuang asked sincerely. No, you can play by yourself first. Also, you can only get married when you reach level 11. So, you have to practice slowly. Xinyan stood up and looked at her watch. Time flew when he was with her. In the blink of an eye, 4 minutes had passed. Hello everyone, I am Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 570. I'm going out. Okay. Lu Shuang played the game, not even looking at Xinyan. He walked out of the room helplessly. She chose an animal trainer. She married her beauty with the name Boss is below, I am above. The more she looked at the name, the cooler it got. She entered the room. There was a little tiger in the bottom right corner. She opened the wardrobe, but there was nothing inside. She went shopping first. Downstairs. The Prime Minister and his wife were already there. Xinyan and Hua Zixing welcomed them. The Prime Minister entered the room and was disappointed to see that Lu Shuang wasn't there. The girl from yesterday didn't come? I arranged something else for her, Xinyan said with a smile. Okay, I prepared a gift for her to thank her for saving my life, the Prime Minister said, looking at his wife. The Prime Minister's wife passed it to Hua Zixing. I hope you can give it to her. You don't have to be so polite. It's her job. Xinyan didn't want to accept the Prime Minister's gift. She's your assistant, right? To be able to use one's own life to protect another's life, this kind of courage was very rare. Even a guard who had been through hundreds of battles would not have this kind of self-sacrificing courage. This gift was what she deserved. Is she free tonight? The Prime Minister asked. Unfortunately, she has other arrangements, Xinyan rejected. That's a pity. The Prime Minister didn't want to force her. I made a few dishes. I don't know if they suit your taste. If they don't, feel free to tell me so I can improve in the future. Hua Zixing passed the gift to Nangong Yu and changed the topic. It's our honor to be able to eat the president's wife's cooking. The president is such an enviable man, the Prime Minister praised. It's still a bit early for dinner. I've arranged a few programs by the lake. You can come back for dinner after watching them. Is that okay? Xinyan smiled. Of course, the Prime Minister said casually. Xinyan and Hua Zixing brought the Prime Minister and his wife out. Nangong Yu passed the gift to the housekeeper. He said unhappily, that woman's. Okay. The nanny took the gift carefully. Xinyan brought them out mainly because Lu Shuang had not eaten yet. He was afraid that Lu Shuang would be hungry. If they ate now, it would be 2 hours later after they finished eating. Lu Shuang would not be able to bear the hunger. As soon as they left, the chef brought lunch to Lu Shuang's room. Lu Shuang heard a knock on the door and opened it slightly. When he saw that it was the chef carrying the dishes over, he immediately opened the door. Thank you, handsome. The chef blushed and respectfully bowed his head as he left. The housekeeper passed the gift bag to Lu Shuang and explained, this is a gift from that foreigner. Oh, thank you. Lu Shuang took the gift bag and opened the box. Inside was a diamond necklace. The diamond was quite big and it should be worth a lot. She put it back in the box and threw it on the bed. She ate first. The food was pretty good today, so it didn't take long for her to finish eating. She continued playing her game. His phone beeped. She saw that it was from Xinyan and opened it. What are you doing? Xinyan asked. I just ate and am playing games. Lu Shuang sent a text message. His eyes were fixed on the computer again. She realized that this game was comprehensive. There were many interesting details such as makeup, hairstyle, cooking, eating in restaurants and so on. However, all of these cost money. There was also a dazzling array of clothes from different dynasties. Of course, there were also online battle suits. What is the gift from the Prime Minister? Xinyan continued to ask. Lu Shuang was trying on a hairstyle, so he did not respond to the text message. Xinyan looked at her phone and looked at it again. She was a little absent-minded. She sent another text message. I can't tell you? Lu Shuang bought a few hairstyles that he thought were good. He looked at his phone and sent a message. Necklace, diamond necklace. There are a few big ones. If you do well, I will give them to you. Seeing that she replied, Xinyan was in a good mood. She smiled. What is considered good? You mean in bed? You think you have always been good? Lu Shuang replied with one word. Ha. Xinyan's face darkened again. What did he mean by ha? Was it not good? Was it disdain? Lu Shuang could really make him unhappy. He took a deep breath, adjusted his mood and looked at the show on the lake in front of him. It seemed that he satisfied her too easily. Did she think that he was not good? He made a call. Lu Shuang was choosing clothes. It was even more difficult to choose clothes. She had to try on all the clothes that she thought were good. She saw Sheniyen's caller ID and felt a little impatient. What is it? Don't you need to accompany the Prime Minister? One moment you are texting, the next moment you are calling. Do you find it annoying? Sheniyen's voice was gloomy. I'm playing a game. Lu Shuang explained. Sheniyen's mood gradually calmed down. When he was playing games when he was young, he did not like to be disturbed. He also liked games, so he invested in this type of company, and the returns were not bad. Is it fun? It's fun. Sheniyen twitched the corner of his mouth and said in a low voice, I will accompany you next time. Okay, then I am hanging up. I have to do some research. Lu Shuang said and hung up without waiting for Sheniyen to say anything. Sheniyen. He put away his phone helplessly and looked at the show on the lake. Nangongyu kept looking at Sheniyen, and the more she looked, the more bitter she felt. Sheniyen went to M country for the first time. At that time he was not the president yet and she fell in love with him at first sight. She was willing to follow Hua Zixing to a country because Hua Zixing had promised her that she would let her and Sheniyen be together. She thought that since Hua Zixing could not live a married life with Sheniyen and would not have children, she was willing to be the second wife, because her identity and status were indeed not good enough. She kept waiting and waiting, and the more she stayed by Sheniyen's side, the more attracted she was to him. She liked his face, his figure, and his erratic personality. When he was serious, he was better looking than all the men in the world, and when he was evil, he could disturb people's minds. She really could not accept that the love that belonged to her had been snatched away by someone who came out of nowhere and was nothing. Nangongyu looked at Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing looked at the lake in the distance calmly, the corners of her lips curling up as usual, as if she did not care about Lu Shuang at all. Nangongyu also felt hatred for Hua Zixing. Of course Hua Zixing did not care. She was a useless person anyway and only cared about power. She did not care which woman Sheniyen had sex with, because she could not enjoy it in the first place. She had to think of a way to chase Lu Shuang away. Hello everyone, I am Qin Tang Tang, you can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 571. A malicious look flashed across her eyes. She took out her cell phone and sent a message to Lu Shuang. The president has fallen into the lake. Come here quickly. Lu Shuang had just bought a few sets of clothes when she realized that she had almost used up all her money. Alas, all the beautiful clothes were so expensive. She had spent 30,000 yuan on a shawl dress, which was equivalent to 300 yuan in a country's currency. She used the rest of the money to buy some chicken for her little tiger. She heard the message ring and glanced at the screen. It was a stranger's caller ID. Only a few people knew her cell phone number. Judging from the tone, it should be someone from the president's mansion. Otherwise, how could he know that Sheniyen had fallen into the lake? However, there were so many guards around Sheniyen. It was not her turn to save her. If she went there, Sheniyen would have been saved long ago. She was not happy to show up. If she was seen by the Prime Minister, she might have to accompany him again. She ignored it and walked around the restaurant. Suddenly, an idea flashed across her mind. The person who sent the message clearly knew that Sheniyen had so many guards around her. Even if she fell into the lake, it would not be her turn to save her. Why did he send the message to her? Could it be a trap? Lu Shuang's eyes were cunning. He sent the message. Okay, I'll be there soon. After sending the message, she continued to play her game. When Nangongyu saw Lu Shuang's message, a smile appeared on her face. Sheniyen said that Lu Shuang was not here because of a mission. If Lu Shuang came at this time, it would be a slap to Sheniyen's face. Sheniyen would be humiliated and would definitely hate Lu Shuang. She waited and waited. After waiting for 10 minutes, Lu Shuang still did not appear. They were almost finished. She frowned and sent a message. Why are you not here yet? Lu Shuang looked at the stranger's message and replied. I'm here. Where are you? Why can't I see anyone? Has Sheniyen been rescued? Nangongyu looked around to make sure that Lu Shuang was not in sight. We are by the lake about 200 meters in front of the villa. Where are you? Lu Shuang sneaked out and looked out of the window. The performance was still going on and Sheniyen was also standing by the lake. Damn, someone really wanted to frame her. She sneaked back to her room and sent a message. I saw you guys. Isn't Sheniyen standing there? I didn't fall into the water. Nangongyu looked around again. There was still no sign of Lu Shuang. She looked at the villa and realized that Lu Shuang was looking through the window. Wasn't this woman too stupid? The president asked me to tell you this. She sent it to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang looked at the message on his phone and called Shen Yin. Shen Yin saw that it was her caller ID. She walked to the side and answered. What's wrong? Someone sent me a message saying that you jumped into the lake and asked me to go. I didn't go. I just looked out of the window and realized that you didn't fall into the water. She said that you asked her to say that. Did you say that? Lu Shuang asked. Shen Yin frowned. No, call her now. Oh, then I'll hang up. Lu Shuang called the stranger. Nangong Yu heard her phone vibrating. She took it out and saw that it was Lu Shuang calling her. She immediately hung up. She had a bad feeling and switched off her phone. Shen Yin scanned the crowd and her eyes stopped on Nangong Yu's face. Her eyes were sharp. The phone rang. It was Lu Shuang's call and he answered. She didn't answer. When I called again her phone was switched off, Lu Shuang said. I already know who it is. I'll teach her a lesson later. You did well to call me instead of being tricked. Shen Yin praised him. Being praised by him, Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in her heart. She felt guilty. She was just lazy and didn't want to go out. Shen Yin hung up and whispered something to Colonel Cheng. Colonel Cheng nodded. He understood. He walked to the stage and said a few words to the MC. Next is the last performance. We need the 2 female leads to cooperate with us, the MC said. There was silence below the stage. One of the actors invited the Prime Minister's wife while the other invited Nangong Yu. Nangong Yu was stunned. She thought that this was a good opportunity to show off. She was going to perform with the Prime Minister's wife. Did that mean that her status was the same as the Prime Minister's wife? Anyway, it was a performance for foreign VIPs. There wouldn't be any danger. She walked to the stage. The actor led her to the wooden plank in the middle of the lake and held her hand. The plank gradually rose. She was scared and hugged the actor's body tightly. The actor picked her up and spun her. She tiptoed and the actor stopped. She realized that she didn't fall, which was a little embarrassing. The Prime Minister's wife had already stepped on the plank and started to dance with the actor. She was graceful and elegant like a fairy. She relaxed and danced with the actor. Her dance was very sexy and her eyes were locked on Shen Yin. She saw Shen Yin looking at her too. Her heart was beating fast. That man was so handsome that it took one's breath away. He was like a work of art loved by God. The music reached the middle part. The actor sent the Prime Minister's wife to the Prime Minister through the water column and continued to dance on the high ground. That's great. That's great. The Prime Minister's wife covered her chest and said excitedly. She smiled and looked at Nangong Yu who was still performing. I'm honored that you like it. I think I'll have a good appetite if I eat now. I hope you'll like the food cooked by my wife. This way please, Shen Yin said. She made a gesture and led the others away. Nangong Yu saw that they had all left and was a little anxious. She asked the actor behind her, when are we finishing? I have to take care of the president's wife. After they enter the villa, the actor said. Okay. As soon as Nangong Yu finished speaking, she was pushed by the actor behind her. She fell from the high water column and fell into the lake. Because she wasn't prepared, she choked a few mouthfuls of water and swam to the edge of the lake. She was so cold that she was shivering. She glared at the actor on the stage. The actor on the stage was already packing up. She was furious. She climbed up and rushed to the actor. She said angrily, "What are you doing?" "I'm sorry. We're just following orders," the actor said carefully. He didn't want to offend Nangong Yu. "Whose orders?" Nangong Yu was furious. "My orders," Colonel Cheng said calmly. Nangong Yu glared at Colonel Cheng. "Why did you do that? How did I offend you? I heard that you grew up by the sea and are good at swimming. This is an Easter egg of the show to show our respect for the Prime Minister and his wife. Next, we have an important task for you," Colonel Cheng said seriously. It was as if what he had just done wasn't a prank. Chapter 572. The President and the Prime Minister have already gone to dinner. We still need a mermaid to perform, Colonel Cheng said. What mermaid? Didn't you find an actress in advance? Why me? Nangong Yu refused anxiously. Not everyone can enter the President Palace. Not everyone is qualified to perform during dinner. If you don't want it, then forget it. I'll report to the President. Colonel Cheng was a little impatient. Did the President ask you to call me? Nangong Yu was suspicious. To be sure, the President asked you to do it. He said that you are good-looking and have a good figure. It won't be disgusting if you perform during dinner. After all, you're already familiar with each other. If you don't want it, then forget it. After all, the President said that he would respect your wishes. If you don't want to, then forget it, Colonel Ching said and turned around. Since it's a task, then I'll accept it. Is the dress nice? Nangong Yu asked worriedly. It's a performance for the Prime Minister. What do you think? Colonel Ching said. Okay. Nangong Yu agreed. But we need to rehearse first. Come with me. Colonel Ching walked in front of her. Nangong Yu followed him. The wind blew and she felt colder. The coldness almost penetrated her bones. She thought for a moment and threw her phone into the lake when there was no one around. Plop. Colonel Ching looked at her. She pretended to be innocent and asked, "What's wrong?" "Nothing." Colonel Ching took her to the storeroom. "Why did you bring me here?" Nangong Yu's voice was hoarse. Colonel Ching pointed at the soldiers. Nangong Yu saw the soldiers move a wardrobe and a pool of 1 meter by 2 meters. The pool is so small? Nangong Yu frowned. How big do you want the pool in the living room? Colonel Ching asked. Then how can I swim in it? Nangong Yu was dissatisfied. If you can't do it, then forget it. I'll report to the president and see if we should cancel this program or find someone else to do it, Colonel Ching said reluctantly. If she couldn't do this well, Xinyan would definitely look down on her. I see. What's the temperature of the water? You can set it to 28 degrees. I understand. Nangong Yu took off her outer clothes and entered the water. She held her breath and swam for a while. The pool was too small for her to stretch. She looked at Colonel Ching. Colonel Ching left the room, leaving her alone in the grocery room. She poked her head out of the water. Her lips were purple from the cold. She climbed out of the pool and picked up the clothes on the ground. She decided to go back and change her clothes. She was afraid that Xinyan would see her in such a sorry state. If she didn't go now, she would freeze to death. She wanted to ask someone to send her some clothes, but when she fell into the water, other than the hidden phone that couldn't be used, her own phone couldn't be used either. He could only open the door. There was no one around the storeroom either. A gust of wind blew over, making it even colder. If this went on, she was worried that she would freeze to death. She should go back and get some clothes first. She walked to the villa and deliberately chose the back door. Before she entered, she saw Colonel Ching coming out from the back door. Colonel Ching was holding a gift bag in his hand. I saw that your clothes were wet, so I brought you some clothes and the costumes for the performance. They are all in the bag, Colonel Ching said. Thank you. I'll go to training after I change my clothes. I'm freezing to death. Nangong Yu directly opened the back door and went in. Xinyan looked at the back door out of the corner of his eye and curled up the corner of his mouth. He remembered that he had said before that if Nangong Yu continued to provoke Lu Shuang, he would definitely make her cry. She was really tired of living. The dishes are really good. Many of them are my and my wife's favorites. Thank you for your hospitality. The Prime Minister communicated with Xinyan in the language of F. It's our pleasure to have friends from afar. You will go back tomorrow morning, right? In the afternoon, I will show you one of the quintessence of a country, Xinyan said with a smile. My wife likes to listen to the kunku opera of your country. She said that there is a special feeling in her heart. I accompanied her to listen to it a few times and it is really good. Yes, there are several kinds of operas arranged in the afternoon, and they are all quite unique, Xinyan said elegantly. He thought of Lu Shuang's complaining face. If he asked her to accompany him, he would probably yawn again. Sigh, what should he do with her when she married him in the future? In the afternoon, Lu Shuang was thirsty. She guessed that Xinyan and the others had already gone out, so she swaggered out. When she walked up the stairs, she saw a beautiful girl and a strange woman in her 40s standing in the living room. She immediately squatted down. Who were these two people? She had never seen them before. They didn't seem to be the nanny of the family. She squatted down, sneaked downstairs, and ran into the kitchen. She took a bowl of water and drank it. Then she asked one of the chefs, outside there are two women. Who are they? Oh, one is Madame's younger sister, and the other is Madame's younger sister's attendant. They just came when the president and Madame went out, the chef explained. Lu Shuang nodded. So, it was Hua Zixing's younger sister. In that case, she had better sneak upstairs to avoid any awkwardness. She took a bowl of water and sneaked upstairs as though she was not discovered. She hurried into her room, closed the door, and continued playing her game. Time ticked by and the sky gradually darkened. She switched on the lights and had some fun. She played more than 20 matches, and won more than 10 of them. Gloriously, she leveled up to level 3. She finished the water again. She took the bowl and opened the door secretly. When she saw Xinyan coming in, she smiled in surprise. You're back. That's great. He did not ignore the joy in her eyes, and his mood improved as well. I'm coming over to change and check on you. Don't change first. I'm thirsty. Help me, moi. She stuffed the bowl into Xinyan's hands and closed the door. Xinyan. He could only head down and place the bowl in the kitchen before instructing the butler. Bring a water dispenser to my room and prepare 2 new cups. Keep them warm. Yes. The butler got to work after receiving the order. Xinyan returned to his room, quickly changed his clothes and entered Lu Shuang's room from his room. She moved the study table to the side of the bed and sat cross-legged on it, playing happily. She did not even realize that he had come in. He did not call out to her but stood beside her and watched her play. She hid in the bushes and let the tiger out to roam around. Boss, are you referring to me? Xinyan asked, his gaze ambiguous. His sudden voice had Lu Shuang jumping in fright. He patted his chest and rolled his eyes at Xinyan. Chapter 573. Why didn't you tell me you were coming in? Are you the boss? You are the president. She emphasized the words, the president. Then who is the boss in your name? Are you referring to the boss behind this company? Xinyan asked. A name is a name. It doesn't mean anything. Then change it to the boss is above, and you are below, Xinyan ordered. That's not cool at all, okay? Lu Shuang refused and looked at the computer screen. Damn, my tiger time is up and I haven't done anything yet. It's all your fault. You're so annoying. Xinyan was speechless. Other people wanted him to be annoying, but she was the only one who would say that he was annoying. The water dispenser is in my room. If you want a drink, go get it yourself. I'll send 2 cups to you later. You can choose one first. Also, I'll ask someone to send 2 gaming chairs for you to play games tomorrow. It's not good for your neck. Xinyan reminded him. Lu Shuang gave a perfunctory reply and didn't even look at her. Xinyan was jealous. She stood there and didn't leave. If she knew this would happen, she wouldn't have let her play this game and ignored him. Lu Shuang summoned the little tiger to patrol again. She saw 2 people walking over and immediately sent a private message to one of her friends. Little Bai, hurry and teleport to me. I saw 2 enemies. Bai, are you hiding? Lu Shuang, of course. Bai, I'm coming. Lu Shuang put on his earphones and pressed the button. He said to the Special Forces soldier, Did you call Lao Si over? Bai, Lao Si is fighting the boss. He'll be here in 1 minute. What's the situation? Lu Shuang, one is a model and the other is a police officer. One is level 5, and the other is level 9. Bai, you are awesome. We might not be able to defeat them. You are only level 3. Lu Shuang asked, Aren't you level 10? My little tiger will fight first. It has thick skin so it should be able to hold on for a while. I can still heal my tiger. You go in stealth mode and kill the model. Then we'll run. When OL4 arrives, we'll kill the level 9 police officer. That's right. Yes. Bai said, their team is also very strong. If I'm charmed by the model, I'll pause for 3 seconds. The policeman will shoot me once and handcuff me. The model's long legs will be kicked by me and the policeman will intimidate me. The model will try to seduce me again and the policeman will shoot me again. I'm done for. Lu Shuang said, that's why you have to kill the model in 1 second. No matter if the model dies or not, you have to be invisible. If I were invisible, you'd be dead. Lu Shuang said, I'll run. Hurry up. If they find us, we'll really be dead. Bai replied, got it. Your little tiger can go first. Lu Shuang fed the little tiger food. The little tiger quickly rushed to the model and gave him a slap. The model used charm on the little tiger. The policeman shot the little tiger, and the little tiger's health dropped by half. Lu Shuang immediately told the little tiger to run away to avoid being handcuffed by the police. However, the model's charm stopped for 3 seconds. The little tiger only managed to lift 1 leg before it was handcuffed. It couldn't even run away. After being intimidated by the police, the little tiger lost another quarter of its health. When the model was about to give the little tiger legs, Bai appeared in time and killed the model in 1 shot. The model's health dropped by half, and Bai immediately went invisible. When the police's attention was attracted by Bai, Lu Shuang immediately told the little tiger to run away and replenish its health. The model used charm and the little tiger ran very slowly. The police and the model surrounded the little tiger again. The model gave the little tiger another kick, and the little tiger's health was almost gone. Fortunately, all 3 of their skills had been used. Lu Shuang ran out from the bushes and attacked the model. She used her roaring skill. Because the level was not high, the model only lost a little health. She then used her whip skill on the model. After using the skill, she quickly ran away. The police's shooting function was activated, and they aimed at Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang's health was low and he would definitely be killed in one shot. Hide behind the rock, Xinyan reminded. Lu Shuang then noticed that Xinyan was still there. She thought that he had gone out, so she quickly hid behind the rock. Replenish your health, Xinyan reminded her. Lu Shuang quickly replenished her health. Xinyan frowned. Where's your equipment? We gave you so much money, but what did you buy? At that critical moment, Lu Shuang ignored Xinyan, and the police were running towards her. Run, he can use deterrence to reduce your health by half, and your partner won't be able to save you, Xinyan said. Lu Shuang thought about it and she ran away. Luckily, because the police were chasing her, she bought time for her little tiger, and the model was killed by Little White. The little tiger's time was up, and it disappeared automatically. If the little tiger was dead, it would cost a lot of money to revive her. The police followed her closely, and they were ready to avenge their partner. Little White used Gale steps to catch up, but unfortunately O4 was teleported to him, and he had to pause for 5 seconds. Lu Shuang thought that she was dead meat. Squat down, Xinyan said. Lu Shuang immediately waited, only to hear a bang in her ear. She had dodged the fatal attack from the police. Run and go behind your partner. One of your partners is a magician, and he can create an environment that lasts for 5 seconds. You can find a place to hide, Xinyan said. Okay. Lu Shuang did as he was told and went behind his partner. The police also found out that the three of them were together, and they knew that they would be courting death if they went over, so they ran away. Lu Shuang let out a sigh of relief and he pressed control. For you almost killed me. For said, forgive me. I came here after killing a boss. I'll give you some mana and health potions later. Xinyan's face darkened when she saw that Lu Shuang was still ignoring her after winning a game. She glanced at the time on her watch and it was time to go downstairs. What did you buy with your money? Where's your equipment? Lu Shuang glanced at Xinyan. I bought some powerful equipment. Really? If I didn't warn you, you would have been dead. I played more than 20 games today and I've won more than 10. It's very powerful, Lu Shuang bragged. Really? Xinyan didn't believe him at all. Other than him, there were a few other people in their company who played well, but they only won about 20 out of 40 games. How could she be that good? He clicked on her record and it was true that she had won 12 out of 24 games. What kind of top-tier equipment did you buy? Xinyan was surprised. Was there a bug in the game? I'll tell you after this game. Lu Shuang was proud of himself, and his eyes curved like a thief. But he liked her slyness. Suddenly, he pressed the back of her neck and his lips covered hers. Chapter 574. Xinyan didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay here and play games with her. He kissed her and didn't want to let go. Lu Shuang pushed him hard and frowned. He couldn't push him away, so he pinched his waist. Xinyan was ticklish, so he let go of him. I'm still playing games. I'm going to lose if you do this. Lu Shuang complained. If you lose, you lose. It's not like you haven't lost before. I'm going out for dinner and I won't be home early. Don't wait for me. If you're tired, go to sleep first. Be good at home. Xinyan said reluctantly. Ever since she came back, he wanted to stick to her. He was not a clingy person. Don't worry, I know. Bro, you can move aside and give me back my mouse. Lu Shuang pushed Xinyan. Xinyan's eyes turned cold. Believe it or not, I'll take you with me to the reception. The Prime Minister really wants to see you. Lu Shuang's eyelids drooped. Helpless, she said coquettishly, Xinyan, I'm their boss's woman. If I lose, wouldn't you lose face as the big boss? Just go in peace and let me play games in peace, okay? So, the boss in your name really refers to me? You promised me. Have you forgotten that you promised me to be on top? I'm happy now, so I changed my name to show off. Lu Shuang explained. Xinyan touched her nose lovingly. I know. I'll let you be happy this time. Change your name tomorrow. Oh, okay. Got it? Lu Shuang said obediently. She watched as Xinyan finally headed for the door and pressed the control key. She pressed the control button and said to her companions, the three of you should stay together. The map will shrink soon. Let's stick to the previous strategy. You guys follow behind and I'll scout ahead. Lao Si said, Pretty lady, we've played together for the whole afternoon. Can we have dinner together? Lu Shuang said, Where do you live? Is that convenient? Lao Si, just say the word. I'll treat you to a meal even if it's inconvenient. Lu Shuang said, sure. I'm in City A in Country A, Lao Si. Then I'll treat you next time you come to the headquarters in Country X. Shinian went out and called Anafu. Go and find out who in the company is called Old 4 in the beta. You can ban his account. No reason, no excuse. No matter what he says, just ignore him. Oh, okay. While you're at it, ban an account called by as well. There's no reason or excuse. No matter what he says, just ignore him. After Shinian finished speaking, she hung up the phone and felt much better. As night fell, Nangongyu was still practicing. Colonel Ching came over and she leaned against the glass pool. Colonel Ching, are you done? I'm freezing to death. Yes. Colonel Ching nodded and put the ginger water on the table. After drinking it, we'll go to the performance venue. Okay. Nangongyu trembled as she got out of the water. She quickly put on her clothes and drank the ginger water. Only then did she feel warm. Colonel Ching turned around and walked in front. Nangongyu followed behind him and got into his car. There was a traffic jam on the road. Nangongyu looked out of the window anxiously. Why aren't we there yet? You should ask someone to clear the road first. Colonel Cheng's phone rang. He picked it up. Mr. President, there's a traffic jam on the road. I don't know when you'll be here. I'll try my best. Got it. Okay, sorry. Nangongyu saw Colonel Cheng hang up and asked, What's wrong? What did the president say? He asked us to hurry up. The meal is about to start. It's not appropriate for you to go in now, Colonel Cheng said in a deep voice. Then hurry up. I don't know when I'll be here. You should have asked me to go out earlier. It's all your fault, Nangongyu complained. She felt wronged. She had practiced for the whole afternoon. Colonel Cheng made a call. Director Wang, please clear the road. I'm in a hurry. It's between Bo Ai Road and Jasmine Road, and between Jasmine Road and Tian An Road. What? It'll take half an hour to get here? No need. I'll be here in half an hour. Nangongyu stomped her feet anxiously and hit Colonel Cheng's chair. Colonel Cheng looked at Nangongyu through the rearview mirror. So, if you offended someone, don't offend the president. The president's ability to play with people was unparalleled. He shuddered and suddenly felt a little admiration for Lu Shuang. It seemed that only Lu Shuang could make the president suffer. When Nangongyu arrived at the restaurant, it was already 45 minutes later. She changed her clothes and hurriedly went into the water. She pushed the sink into the private room. Hua Zixing was surprised to see Nangongyu in the pool. Oh my God. The Prime Minister's wife was surprised. She covered her mouth. Isn't that the president's wife's assistant? Hua Zixing smiled and said gently, You are the most distinguished guests of our country. We wanted to show our friendship and sincerity. Very good. We felt it. It's really good, the Prime Minister's wife said to Hua Zixing. Shiniyin raised her glass. I hope you had a good time today. Yes, very good. My only regret is that I didn't get to see Miss Lu, the Prime Minister said as he clinked glasses with Shiniyin. By the way, does Miss Lu have a boyfriend? We know a nice guy. Maybe we can introduce them to each other. The Prime Minister's wife suggested marriage. They could immediately tell what it was. Hua Zixing smiled and said, She has a boyfriend who grew up with her. They're getting married soon. Oh, that's a pity, the Prime Minister's wife said sadly. I wonder who he is. My sister doesn't have a boyfriend either. Maybe we can introduce them to each other, Hua Zixing said. He's Mai's younger brother. He's 28 this year. He's used to fooling around and needs a wife to take care of him. My sister's age is quite suitable for him. I'll be 26 in 2 years, Hua Zixing said enthusiastically. The Prime Minister's position in F country was not much lower than the president's. He was also a strong contender for the next president. This relationship could lead to a marriage. How old is Miss Lu? Mai asked meaningfully. She should be 30 after Chinese New Year, Hua Zixing said with a smile. We want to find an older girl. We can't take care of someone too young. Because of me, I think older girls are more attractive. They'll be more practical for my brother. The Prime Minister's words were tactfully rejecting Hua Zixing's idea of a marriage. Chapter 575. You like kunku opera, right? I have a surprise for you. Shiniyin changed the topic and clapped her hands. Music started playing on the stage and a kunku opera actor appeared. Nangongyu was in the pool. She couldn't come out and she couldn't complain. It was very awkward. Most importantly, Shiniyin had been eating for 3 hours and her whole body was numb from the cold. When Shen Yin went to the washroom, Hua Zixing followed. Yin, did Xiao Yu do something wrong? Shen Yin smiled. She probably hid some things from you. For example, when we were watching the show by the lake, she told Lu Shuang that I fell into the lake and lied to Lu Shuang to come out. If Lu Shuang came out, what do you think the Prime Minister and his wife would think of us? All our efforts would have been in vain. What? That's impossible. How could she do that? Hua Zixing was shocked. This is just a small punishment. If there's a next time and she can't stay by my side, you should know how to deal with it. Shen Yin reminded her. Are you sure she did it? Hua Zixing still couldn't believe it. She had already warned Nan Gongyu. I'm sure. I saw it with my own eyes. All right, I'll arrange for someone to send her away. Shen Yin didn't want to waste her time on an insignificant person. She came out and gave some instructions to Colonel Cheng before returning to her seat. Colonel Cheng asked someone to carry Nan Gongyu down. Nan Gongyu was so cold that she almost fainted. She kept shivering as she came out of the changing room. Colonel Cheng handed the gift bag to Nan Gongyu. This is a gift from the president. Thank you for your hard work tonight. He said that you don't need to take care of him anymore. Go back and rest early. Okay. Nan Gongyu opened the gift bag and there was a crystal swan inside. This was the first time she had received a gift from Shen Yin. Her heart was filled with sweetness. No matter how hard it was worth it. It was already 11 o'clock when Shen Yin returned to the President Palace. He went straight to his room. No, to be exact, he went straight to Lu Shuang's room. She was still playing games. The windows were open and it was very cold. She wrapped herself in a down jacket and tied her hair into a messy braid. Shen Yin was speechless. Why did he fall in love with such a slovenly, careless, and sloppy woman? Why did you leave the window open? You might as well freeze to death, Shen Yin said helplessly and closed the window. *T, I was wondering why it was so cold. Turns out I forgot to close the window. Lu Shuang glanced at the window and returned his gaze to the computer. You're still playing? It's very late now. Shen Yin frowned. Soon. I finished the last round. I'm almost at level 6 now. Awesome, right? Lu Shuang boasted. Shen Yin nodded her head. She was indeed awesome. She had reached level 6 in just over 10 hours. Her speed was very fast. What bug did you find? Not yet, Lu Shuang said lazily. Shen Yin untied her tie and threw it on the chair. She unbuttoned the top 3 buttons of her shirt and regained her sly aura. She sat beside Lu Shuang and looked at the screen. She had teamed up with another 2 level 10 people. One of them was a level 10 police officer. He looked very familiar. Is this the police officer who almost killed you? Lu Shuang smiled. There are no eternal friends or enemies in this world. It wasn't easy for me to dress up as that model. All right. Shen Yin's face darkened. Her other teammate was also a level 10 Special Forces soldier. He roughly knew why she could win so many rounds. You've been playing individual matches all this while? Shen Yin asked. Yeah. Let me tell you, there will only be 3 people left in each individual match. I just need to team up with someone strong. Basically, my chances of winning are higher, Lu Shuang explained. Shen Yin sneered. So it's this bug. Lu Shuang had a bad feeling. He looked at Shen Yin and made a call. It's me. It's about the new game. When the individual matches are randomly selected, the level difference between the players can't be more than 2 levels. Otherwise, it's unfair to the low-level players. Yes, it's best if the players are of the same level, Shen Yin ordered. Lu Shuang ignored Shen Yin and continued playing his game. Also, what is the ultimate equipment you mentioned? Shen Yin asked Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang ignored him and didn't say a word. He killed the little monster to vent his anger. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Even if he knew, he wouldn't tell him anything. Shen Yin looked at Lu Shuang coldly. Do you think I won't ban your account? Lu Shuang was angry. He pushed the mouse away. I don't want to play anymore. You ban it. It's boring. She fell on the bed with her back facing Shen Yin. She covered her head with the blanket and said in a muffled voice, I'll start playing other people's games tomorrow. At least I won't be banned. Shen Yin looked at her helplessly and pulled the blanket up. She only pulled it a little bit before she pulled it back. He frowned. It's not that I don't want you to play. You should at least tell me. Tell you so that you can cancel it? Lu Shuang felt that it was unfair. If you tell me, I'll get someone to top up $1,000 for you tomorrow. You can do it. There's no place to top up even if you have the money. Shen Yin compromised. Lu Shuang popped his head out. I want $2,000. I'll use up the $1,000 in a while. Fine, $2,000. Yin was helpless. Lu Shuang smiled and kicked the blanket away. Deal. She moved her butt to the computer and showed her equipment to Yin. Yin glanced at it. There was nothing special. He had seen it before. Could it be that there was a bug when she put it together? Let me tell you. My ultimate equipment is these beautiful clothes and hairstyles. When I dress up nicely, people won't want to kill me. I can easily form a team with powerful people. It doesn't matter if I'm not powerful as long as my teammates are powerful, Lu Shuang explained. Yin? He frowned. She was flirting when he was serving them. He was reminded of her dark past. She confessed to him and other men at the same time. When she grew up, she became even worse, seducing men to confess to her every few days. In those 3 years, he didn't know how many peach blossoms he had killed. Train with me in the future. Don't worry, I'm the best player here, Yin said coldly. What level are you? Lu Shuang asked. I think I'm level 68. What? Take your time. I'm only 2 levels away from you. I haven't reached level 6 yet. Lu Shuang rolled his eyes and continued playing. I can ask them to give me a level 8 account. Where's the fun? The fun is gone. This game is mainly for the fun of leveling up. Lu Shuang slowly focused on the computer. Chapter 576. Yin, what are you doing? I'm still playing. There are only 10 people left. It's a crucial moment, Lu Shuang complained and pushed her. I'll help you. Go take a shower, Yin said in a commanding tone. I don't want to. I'll do it myself. Then I'll go take a shower. You can take a shower after I'm done, Yin said meaningfully. Go take a shower. She only wanted him to leave her alone. Yin got up from the bed and went to the washroom. Lu Shuang hurried to play the game. Yin took a shower and dried her hair. When she came out, Lu Shuang was still playing. It's your turn. Wait, there are only 6 people left. Our opponents are also in a team of 3. They are stronger than us. We can't beat them. If we lose, all my time will be wasted. Lu Shuang was anxious. Go take a shower. I'll help you win. Yin sat down beside him. Lu Shuang knew that Yin was more skilled than him, so he immediately let her win. Yin skillfully operated the game. She used her skills, moved, hid, and summoned. Lu Shuang didn't go to take a shower. He sat beside her and stared at the computer. Let's retreat first, Yin said to her companions. She dodged and ran to the shop. He saw that Lu Shuang had 15,300 yuan. He bought a one-time Thunderbolt Strike, 2 health potions and 1 mana potion. Damn. That Thunderbolt Strike costs 5,000 yuan. It's not worth it. I only get 1,000 yuan for 1 win. This is the biggest bug in the game, okay? Lu Shuang complained. Otherwise, how can this game make money? Some people don't care about money. They only care about winning, Yin explained. Killing intent flashed in her eyes. She looked quite handsome when she was cold. Lu Shuang twitched the corner of his mouth. She was talking about him. You have to compensate me for this 5,000 yuan. I worked hard to earn it, Lu Shuang muttered. Got it. After Yin recovered, he sent a message to his companions. Get ready. I bought a Thunderbolt Strike which can reduce the opponent's learning points by 1,000. Let's change the opponent's special forces first. His stealth and Thunderbolt Strike are impossible to defend against. He's so handsome. He must be rich, Lu Shuang's companion said. Yin ignored them. Anyway, they wouldn't be able to hang out with Lu Shuang from tomorrow on. Lu Shuang watched as he annihilated the opponent's special forces. Wow, I leveled up. I'm level 6 now. Wahaha wahaha. Lu Shuang shouted happily. After Yin defeated the enemy SWAT soldier, Lu Shuang's hero became the target of public criticism. Everyone was targeting him. His hero's HP was low, so he quickly typed, "Comrades, cover me. I'm counting on you guys." He ran quickly. His teammates stopped the other 2. He kept running and released the little tiger. The little tiger turned around to help. My hero is a little weak. He has too little HP. Lu Shuang felt that she was going to win, so he relaxed. Yin controlled the little tiger. She looked at the computer. You can take a shower now. Okay. Lu Shuang replied. But he didn't leave. His eyes were fixed on the computer. Yin turned around and looked at her. She raised her voice and said, "Shower." Got it. Lu Shuang took his clothes and went to the washroom. He came out within 15 minutes. His hair was washed but he didn't dry it. Yin looked at him and frowned. Why don't you dry your hair? You'll have headaches when you get old. I can dry it myself. Lu Shuang said nonchalantly. He sat in front of the computer. Turn off the computer. Xinyan ignored him. She got off the bed and took the hairdryer from the washroom. She plugged it in and saw that Lu Shuang had turned on the computer. She said unhappily, You're not going to sleep? What time is it? You have to adjust the rules of the game. If you don't play now, you won't be able to meet such a good teammate tomorrow. Lu Shuang said seriously. Xinyan snatched the mouse from her hand and turned off the computer. Lu Shuang glared at Xinyan and turned on the computer again. He said helplessly, It's very late. I'll tell them that they won't adjust the rules of the game tomorrow. You can be late for one more day. Is that okay? Lu Shuang smiled. Then you have to promise me that you won't ban me forever. No, I won't ban you forever, he promised and blew her hair. Lu Shuang grinned. That would be the best. She was a little tired from playing today. She lay on Xinyan's lap and let him blow her hair. Her pajamas assaulted her. Xinyan blew her hair so comfortably that she wanted to sleep. She closed her eyes and really fell asleep after a while. He looked at her sleeping helplessly. He carried her to the bed and covered her with the blanket. He did not leave her room and propped his head up to look at her. She did not sleep well. She turned over and pressed the side of her face against the pillow, squeezing out the flesh. Her legs came out from under the blanket and clamped the blanket. Xinyan smiled dotingly and was ready to sleep. She lifted the blanket and saw the gift bag from the Prime Minister. She was really a casual person. She took the gift out and saw that it was indeed a blue fairy. I had bought it at an auction in Denmark a long time ago. Such an expensive necklace was actually on her. She did not give it to Hua Zixing but gave it to Lu Shuang. He thought about how Mai wanted her to marry his brother and felt a little annoyed. He threw the gift box on the table. She was attracting bees and butterflies all day long. He should make her fattened up so that no one else would covet her except him. He hugged her in his arms and went to sleep. Lu Shuang woke up especially early that day. Thinking that he only had one day to train properly, he did not even want to sleep. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom to brush his teeth. Xinyan also opened his eyes. He had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning and could not sleep too much. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom. Lu Shuang was already coming out. He hugged her waist and kissed her on the forehead. I have to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning. Come with me. No way. I woke up so early to play games, not to accompany you to send the Prime Minister off. All the cells in Lu Shuang's body were saying no. Xinyan saw that her eyebrows were knitted together and was in a good mood. You don't want to go? Then what do you mean? Lu Shuang tiptoed and kissed him on the cheek. That's it. Xinyan was obviously not satisfied. You haven't brushed your teeth. Lu Shuang said with disdain. Got it. Xinyan said and let go of Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang hurried out and turned on the computer. He logged into the game page and went to pick out clothes, put on makeup, ate breakfast and went shopping. When Xinyan came out, she was shopping. He had no choice but to hug her shoulders and kiss her lips. The sweet smell of toothpaste rushed into her nose. She didn't forget what Xinyan wanted. She didn't want to be restrained and send him off. She responded to him and her red tongue entered his mouth, stirring his breath. He went deeper and his hand reached under her loose clothes. Chapter 577. She quickly moved away and changed the topic. I'm hungry. Xinyan's eyes shimmered as he said dotingly, I know, I didn't feed you properly yesterday. Lu Shuang was speechless. After all, she was already at the stage of maturing. She immediately understood what he was referring to. I'm really hungry. I'll only have the energy to work when I'm full, right? Lu Shuang smiled slyly. He thought that if she stalled for some time, he would have to leave because he had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off. Xinyan smiled. All right, let's have breakfast first. Do you want to eat downstairs or in the room? Oh yeah, Hua Zixing's sister came yesterday. Did you see her? I saw her and hid. She didn't see me. Lu Shuang grinned. I'll eat in the room. I don't have much in common with them. Be prepared. Hua Rui will be staying here for a few days, Xinyan reminded him. A few days? Then wouldn't she know that you and Hua Zixing are sleeping in separate rooms? Lu Shuang had a bad feeling about this. Her family knows about Hua Zixing's situation. They also know that we have an agreement to get married, Xinyan explained. But she doesn't know about our situation. You have to control yourself in the future. I'm your assistant. Do you understand? You'll die sooner if you show off your love, Lu Shuang reminded him. Yin smiled. I've told Hua Zixing about our relationship. We're business partners. Even if I didn't say it, she would have told her sister. Then tell Hua Zixing not to tell her sister. I'll be embarrassed. Lu Shuang became awkward. Got it. Wait for me in the room. Yin agreed and went out. He walked to Hua Zixing's door and knocked. Hua Zixing was already up. She had put on exquisite makeup and smiled when she saw Yin. Where's your sister? Yin asked. She won't wake up before 10 o'clock. She's still a child, Hua Zixing said gently. Yin entered her room. Hua Rui still doesn't know about my relationship with Lu Shuang, right? I didn't say that there's no need for trouble. She came here for a blind date with Xing Buhua, but Xing Buhua rejected her. She's not happy about it. After a month, she should be relieved and go back to Country M, Hua Zixing said gloomily. I didn't expect Xing Buhua to reject her. Now, with the influence of the Hua family in the M nation, it would be of great help to him if he got married. Moreover, you are the president's wife. Yin was also suspicious. Could it be that he has someone he likes or has a better target, or maybe he wants to try it out on his own? Hua Zixing guessed. I'm not sure. He appeared out of nowhere. Not only does he have no weaknesses, but there are also too many uncertain factors. Moreover, he entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is directly under my management. The people in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to be my confidants. My subordinates reported that he is unfathomable and very decisive. I have a feeling that he will become my #1 enemy. I have to be careful, Yin said solemnly. I'll send a few people from Phantom out to see his reaction? Hua Zixing asked. Give it a try. Don't show any flaws, Yin reminded. I know. Also, don't tell anyone about my relationship with Lu Shuang. Yin, Hua Zixing paused. Although the Nangong family is not as powerful as the Hua family in Country M, they are still a respectable family in Country M. In some ways, the Hua family needs their support. Everyone's interests were tied together. This time it was her fault. But she got what she deserved. Now she has a fever and is lying in bed in a daze. I don't want it to happen again. If you want to prevent it from happening again, I'll arrange a blind date when she recovers and betroth her to a good man, Yin said solemnly. Hua Zixing wanted to say something but stopped. She couldn't possibly say that the agreement between her and Nangong Yu was for her to become his concubine. There's no rush. We'll talk about it after she recovers. I'll ask for her opinion and let you know when the time comes. Yin went to the kitchen and asked someone to send breakfast to his room. He went upstairs to check on Lu Shuang. She was already sitting in front of the computer playing games. Yin frowned. How old are you? Why are you still like a girl addicted to the internet? I'll play today if I have time. Aren't you going to have a military parade tomorrow? I won't be free anyway, Lu Shuang said as she stared at the computer. Yin sat next to her and looked at her deeply. Shuang, have you ever thought about marrying me? Lu Shuang felt that the topic was a little heavy. She had never thought about marrying him. Even during those 2 years, she knew very well that it was impossible for them to be together. I've dreamt about it, Lu Shuang said. She had really dreamt about marrying him and had woken up in shock. The corner of Yin's mouth twitched. He was satisfied with this answer. He rubbed Lu Shuang's head and said meaningfully, All right, go ahead and play. Make the most of your time. Lu Shuang didn't like it when he rubbed her head. She felt that he was like an elder. She was older than him. Well, she was just a few months older than him. She turned around and rubbed Yin's head. After messing up his hair, she smiled in satisfaction. Yin looked at the smile on her face. In the past, he hated it when people messed up his hair. Other than the hairdresser, no one else was allowed to touch it. However, even if she messed up his hair, he didn't care at all. His heart was filled with ripples. He lowered his head and covered her lips with his. Lu Shuang protested. This guy was doing it again. He was so annoying. What she didn't know was that the more she protested, the more he wanted it. He kissed her deeper and deeper. His hands went under her clothes, lifted her clothes and moved his kiss downwards. Lu Shuang could speak now. She resisted and said, I'm playing games. I'll die soon if you do this. He kissed her lips again deeply and said, Do you want me to change the adjustment time to Tuesday? Yes. Lu Shuang immediately became soft. She wrapped her legs around his strong waist and said, Give me another 300,000 yuan. Money can't last long. It'll be gone after buying a few things. Got it? He said dotingly and lowered his head to kiss her. The door was pushed open. Nan Gongyu was standing at the door with a plate in her hand. Lu Shuang was shocked. When he realized that someone had come in, he immediately let go of Shiniyin and crawled into the quilt. Chapter 578. Nan Gongyu looked at Shiniyin, feeling wronged. It was one thing to know that he was with Lu Shuang, but it was another thing to see them kissing. In her mind, Shiniyin was holy, noble, and pure. He would never have sex with a woman casually. He looked evil, but he was very clean. That was why he was deeply in her heart. But just now, if she hadn't come in, they might have had a fight. Whenever she thought of Shiniyin and Lu Shuang having sex, she would be extremely jealous. It was as if a fire was about to ignite her. She felt so uncomfortable that she was about to explode. "Didn't you order someone to send breakfast up?" Nan Gongyu said in a strange tone. Her tone was very bad. "Knock on the door? Get out. You're not the one to do this." Shiniyin ordered coldly. Nan Gongyu turned around. The more she thought about it, the angrier she became. She spat into every bowl and put the plates on the table. Lu Shuang popped his head out of the quilt and looked at the door suspiciously. He asked, "Does that woman like you?" "So I can't keep her here. I'll arrange a blind date in a few days and marry her off," Shiniyin said in a low voice. "You're quite nice to her. She can marry whoever she likes?" Lu Shuang's eyes were sparkling. "Then, if you hate me in the future, will you arrange a blind date for me too?" Shiniyin knocked her head hard and said through gritted teeth, "You'd better not make me hate you. If I hate you, I promise that you will never find a man again, let alone a real gun." "Then you're so evil. You don't want me anymore, but you won't let me find someone else. What the hell is that? Besides, what is a real gun?" Lu Shuang was annoyed. He dragged her in front of him and tore off his pants, telling her what was real. It was already half an hour later when they finished. Lu Shuang was angry. Wasn't this guy going to see the Prime Minister couple off? He was way too patient. In the end, he made her want it, but he just wouldn't give it to her. She was furious. How could there be such a hateful person? The thought that he was disgusted with her and wanted to cut her off from other men made him even more vicious. When he was young, he would look at it. When he was old, he was right. "Did you feel good just now?" Shiniyin asked after she came out of the shower. Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. "Do you think it's possible for you to say this to a person who is about to starve to death?" "Shiniyin, got it? I'll go get some food for you now." Shiniyin walked out and saw the tray on the table. She picked it up and sent it to the kitchen. She ordered the chef, "Throw this away. Also, when I ask you to deliver food in the future, remember, don't let it go through anyone, not even the madam. Understand?" The chefs looked at each other and nodded respectfully. "Understood." Lu Shuang ate the breakfast that the chef sent over. It was a Hong Kong breakfast with delicious steamed seafood dumplings and rice noodle rolls. It was delicious with Chinese soy milk. She continued to play the game and tried her best to level up. After 3 hours, she had reached level 8. Shiniyin was quite reliable. She received a notification from the system that the 300000 had been transferred to her account. After finishing the game, she went to the mall to buy an awesome Beast Tamer transformation suit. It was very expensive, costing her 120,000 gold coins. However, after wearing the suit, her Beast Tamer combat value increased by 100, and her HP increased by 500. She only had 500 HP before, her MP increased by 100, and her stamina recovery speed increased by 2. She went to buy a healing ring, a pair of gale boots to increase her escape speed, and a divine shield to reduce the damage taken by 20%. However, it was also very expensive. The shield cost her 50,000 gold coins. She bought 2 invincibility, 1 heal and 10 chicken nuggets. She only had 120 gold coins left. After buying it, she went to the toilet. When she sat down, she felt that there was something under her butt. She adjusted her position and found that there was still something. She stood up and looked at the blanket. She wondered if Shiniyin had put something there, but it didn't seem right. She had been sitting there when she was playing the game. There was nothing there. She pulled the blanket away and screamed. She instinctively took 5 or 6 steps back. 2 grayish-brown snakes were entangled together with triangular heads. Although she couldn't tell what kind of snakes they were, she had some common sense. Triangular heads meant that they were poisonous snakes. There were 2 poisonous snakes in her room. She was scared to death. Once she was bitten by this thing, she would be as good as dead. She rushed out of the room and grabbed the butler's hand. She said incoherently, "My room, there are 2 poisonous snakes in my room, on my bed. There might be more. It's so scary." "How is that possible?" The butler was shocked. He called for the two guards and went upstairs together. Nangong Yu screamed and ran out of the room. Snakes. Snakes. There are snakes in my room. It's so scary. The butler's face darkened. He rushed to the president's room with his men. Nangong Yu's face was gloomy. She rushed to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang looked at Nangong Yu and ran away. There are snakes in your pocket. Don't come over. Ah. Nangong Yu screamed and ran to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang ran even faster. Fortunately, she had been training her body before and her sports fitness training had improved. Soon Nangong Yu was far behind. A few cars drove over. The car in the middle stopped abruptly. Xinyan got out of the car and caught up with Lu Shuang. He caught up to Lu Shuang, who was running wildly, and held her hand. He asked worriedly, "What's wrong?" "Xinyan, there are poisonous snakes in your room. There are so many of them. They are on my bed. It's disgusting. I want to leave. I don't want to stay here," Lu Shuang said with fear. She was not afraid of anything, but she was very disgusted when she climbed on those twisting snakes. Thinking of the two snakes on the bed, she had goosebumps all over her body. She even sat on the snake's body. Her whole body was uncomfortable and her whole body trembled. She found it very cold. "How is that possible? You said there are snakes in the president's room? There are people in the president's room to deal with them. There can't be snakes. They are poisonous snakes. They have triangular heads and brown bodies." Lu Shuang shrank his neck and made a triangle above his head with his hands. Xinyan gritted her teeth. Her eyes were fierce. She was covered in a cold and murderous aura. She ordered coldly, "Find out who it is. Throw them into the snake pit and let them suffer the consequences." Yes. Colonel Cheng could tell that the president was angry. He immediately got into the car and brought his men to the villa. Hua Zixing got out of the car worriedly. She had a bad feeling. She looked at Nangong Yu in the distance. Chapter 579. He comforted Lu Shuang, but his voice was trembling and his eyes were slightly red. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He glanced at Xinyan and met his seductive eyes. "I think I'm really lucky. I was playing games and didn't notice the snakes in the room. When I found out, the snakes had already crawled into my blanket and didn't hurt me. The person who released the snakes wanted you to die in an accident. I don't believe that so many snakes appeared in the president's office all of a sudden, and they're poisonous snakes," Xinyan said with certainty. Lu Shuang was a little scared as he thought about it. She just ran out in her underwear. She didn't notice when she was running, but now that she had calmed down, she realized that it was really cold. Xinyan was too worried and didn't notice that she was wearing very little. After calming down, he realized it too. He took off his coat and wrapped it around her. "Get in the car first. It's warm in the car, don't catch a cold." Lu Shuang tugged at his sleeve. "I don't want to go back, there are snakes. Let's stay in the car first." Xinyan opened the car door and Lu Shuang got into the front passenger seat. As the driver, Colonel Cheng had gone to the villa first. Xinyan sat in the driver's seat and turned on the heater, facing Lu Shuang. Hua Zixing got in the car with a heavy heart and sat in the back. Xinyan looked ahead coldly and asked, "Zixing, if someone tried to murder you, what do you think they should do?" Hua Zixing's heart skipped a beat. "I think the person who released the snakes was just warning Xiao Shuang. If they really wanted to murder you, they wouldn't have used such an unexpected method. Who do you think it is? What kind of warning?" Xinyan asked again, his tone even colder. Hua Zixing remained silent and didn't speak. Lu Shuang realized that something was wrong. He turned and looked at Hua Zixing. "It's you? Of course not. I can't wait for you to stay in the president's office every day and be happy. Why would they use such a method to scare you away?" Hua Zixing denied immediately. "So, it's Nangong Yu?" Lu Shuang guessed again and frowned. "I don't know. I don't dare to make any careless assertions." Hua Zixing had a troubled expression. Her eyes were misty, making her look lovely. Lu Shuang didn't have the heart to ask more questions. He said to Xinyan, "After I rushed out of the room, Nangong Yu also rushed out of her room and said that there were snakes in her room. When she ran towards me, I saw a snake in her pocket." Hua Zixing became even more worried. "Yin Huarui is my younger sister. If she has done anything wrong, it's all my fault as her elder sister. I didn't restrain or regulate her behavior. If you want someone to fall into the snake pit to vent your hatred, then I'm willing to take her place. I'll teach my younger sister well. She's still young and has been taught by my father. My mother spoils him too much." Hua Zixing choked with sobs. Yin didn't drive the car. She looked ahead solemnly. Zixing, don't force me. A ruler doesn't go back on his words. I've already told my subordinates. I know. I did it willingly. I don't blame you. Hua Zixing's eyes turned red and tears flowed down. Lu Shuang couldn't bear to see it. He wanted to say that it was fine, but then he thought about how that person released a snake. It was a poisonous snake. She was lucky that she didn't get bitten. Otherwise she would have died. With her character of abhorring evil, she really couldn't let it go so easily. Yin was also silent for 3 seconds. Are you trying to force me onto the path of inhumanity and injustice? If I force my wife to fall into the snake pit, how will my subordinates look at me? How will the people outside look at me? You got a good reputation and saved your younger sister, but I'll be called a tyrant. Besides, it wasn't your fault in the first place. I can't punish you. Hua Rue is my mother's most beloved daughter. If you do this, they'll definitely hate you, Hua Zixing reminded. Aren't you also your mother's most beloved daughter? Yin glanced at her coldly. A gentleman's mistakes are the same as his fate. She released the snake to harm others, so she should have known that this would happen. Also, the person who released the snake shouldn't be your younger sister. What? If it's not my younger sister, who could it be? Hua Zixing's eyes were filled with hope. Yin's lips curled up. Nangongyu. Hua Zixing's eyes dimmed again. She frowned. I already warned her yesterday. How could it still be her? So, she definitely can't stay in the president's residence anymore, Yin said with certainty. She started the car. A complicated look flashed across Hua Zixing's eyes. She had been by Yin's side for 3 years. Yin's judgment had never been wrong. Yin, I think you know Nangongyu's identity. She's the 3rd daughter of the Nangong family. Although the Nangong family isn't as powerful and influential as the Hua family, they're still considered a tyrant in Country M. Nangongyu came to Country A with me. Her parents have high hopes for her. If you let her die in Country A, I'm worried that her parents will punish you and pressure the Hua family. So? Yin asked. It didn't matter at all. If the Hua family doesn't give me an explanation, he'll definitely sue the president. Although the president is my father's brother, the Hua family and the Xiang family are fighting fiercely. If the president doesn't pressure the Hua family, the Xiang family will have an excuse to impeach the Hua family. The Nangong family will also side with the Xiang family. This will shake the Hua family's power, and the Hua family's power will be smaller. How can they support you? These are all mutually reinforcing relationships. Yin, please think twice, Hua Zixing said anxiously. Yin stepped off the car. Lu Shuang's heart tightened. She didn't understand politics, but she could still understand what Hua Zixing said. These were all deeply intertwined relationships. If she were to make a move, it would affect the foundation. It seemed that this matter would be left unsettled. She was still a little disappointed. However, compared to power, she was as light as a feather. She must guard against Nangongyu in the future. Otherwise, she would die before she could take revenge. Yin held Lu Shuang's hand firmly, as if she was giving him a promise. Lu Shuang looked at Yin in surprise. Their eyes met and he saw her disappointment. He didn't want her to be disappointed again. After she left, he blamed himself every day. If he could have loved her a little more, would she have been reluctant to leave him? He turned around and looked at Hua Zixing coldly. So, Nangongyu's matter must not be spread to Country M. You understand, Hua Zixing? What? Hua Zixing was terrified. Yin's gaze made her panic. Her life is a life. My woman's life is more precious in my eyes. So, Nangongyu's life is mine, Yin said with certainty. Lu Shuang's heart trembled violently. It was as if he had been hit by something. His eyes were locked and his mind went blank for a few seconds. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 580. Do we really have to do that? You're not such an irrational person. If Nangongyu dies, it won't just affect the Hua family, it'll affect you too. Your position is already in danger. Hua Zixing looked at Yin in disbelief. Yin curled her lips and said nonchalantly, if the Nangong family wants to betray us, I guarantee that they'll disappear from America within a year. Hua Zixing lowered her head. Her long eyelashes covered her face, hiding the strange emotions in her eyes. Lu Shuang didn't want Yin to ruin herself for her. If that happened, she would feel guilty and uneasy for the rest of her life. I have an idea. What is it? Hua Zixing looked at Lu Shuang with hope. If it was really Nangong Yu who did it, I think she's only so fearless because she's from the Nangong family. If I don't punish her properly, I'll probably die again. I cherish my life and I don't want to die yet, Lu Shuang said. Hua Zixing didn't expect him to say this in front of Shen Yin. It was the complete opposite of what she had expected. Shouldn't she be begging for mercy for Nangong Yu? All the female leads on TV acted like that. But if she dies, it'll be hard to explain. After all, in the eyes of the Hua family and the Nangong family, I'm as insignificant as a feather. Besides, I'm not dead yet. Why should their daughter die? They feel it's unfair and angry. If I were Nangong Yu's parents, I wouldn't be able to take it lying down, Lu Shuang said. He continued. Hua Zixing's hope was reignited. She looked at Lu Shuang and reminded him, if Nangong Yu is hurt, it'll cause a political war. Send her back to America and tell the Nangong family what she did. That way they'll feel guilty and I'll be safe, Lu Shuang said. This time she was being merciful. For the sake of too many emotions that she couldn't even understand. No, Xiao Yu won't be able to take it lying down. She knows about your relationship with Yen. If she casually criticizes you on the internet, it'll be a huge blow to Yen. Those people in the political arena love to make groundless accusations. Hua Zixing stopped her. Lu Shuang shrugged. She didn't know what to do, so she pursed her lips and didn't say anything. Shen Yan's fingers tapped on the steering wheel, a sharp glint in his eyes. Hua Zixing, you understand. Nangong, you can't return to the country. I can't let her off for bullying my woman. Hua Zixing wanted to say something but stopped. If I can't even protect her, how can I answer to the Nangong family? Can you give me some face and not kill her? Why don't you help me think of a way to not kill her, but to punish her and keep her from returning to China? Shen Yan asked coldly. Hua Zixing clenched her fists and lowered her head. Shen Yan drove. Hua Zixing said slowly, if it's confirmed that she did it, prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes and put them in the vat. Let her stay in the vat for 10 minutes as punishment. I will warn her again. If she does it again, I won't give her another chance. She won't do it again, Shen Yan said with certainty. He stopped at the door and looked at the pale Nangong Yu sharply. Nangong Yu walked over and said to Shen Yan, it's so scary. There's a snake in the room. I was almost bitten. Shen Yan opened the car door and got out of the car. He looked down at her. You came out of the room. You're wearing quite a lot. I was about to come out for dinner and saw the snake by the bed, Nangong Yu explained. Hua Zixing also got out of the car and looked at Nangong Yu with a complicated gaze. Really? I heard that there were snakes in your pocket too? Shen Yan scrutinized her eyes. Yeah, I was scared to death. A snake even crawled into my pocket, Nangong Yu said in fear. Which pocket? Where's the snake now? Nangong Yu paused. I don't know. I crawled and the snake bit me, so I ran for my life. I don't know where the snake went when I was running. Colonel Cheng, Shen Yan shouted. Colonel Cheng came out of the room respectfully. Hua Rue and her old servant came out of the room and walked to Hua Zixing. Sister, what's going on? They said there were snakes in the room. This has nothing to do with you, right? Hua Zixing asked in a low voice. Hua Rue shook her head. I don't know what happened. Hua Zixing nodded and didn't say anything else. She sighed with a terrible expression. Check her pocket, Shen Yan ordered. Colonel Cheng obeyed and searched Nangong Yu's pocket. Shen Yan saw the tape on Nangong Yu's pocket and looked at her coldly. What else do you have to say? What else? I don't understand what you mean, President. Nangong Yu said in a panic. She moved closer to Hua Zixing and asked for her help. Are you still going to argue? What is the tape used for? We just need to get it checked by the forensics department, Shen Yan said coldly. Nangong Yu's face was ashen. What does it have to do with me? I don't know anything. Shen Yan sneered. Although he didn't like Nangong Yu's face, he knew how she felt about him. He usually ignored her for Hua Zixing's sake. But now that she had hurt his woman, he couldn't let her go. Do you need me to tell you how you did it? Nangong Yu clenched her fists. You drugged the snake and put it in your pocket. But you didn't know when the snake would wake up, and you were worried that it would bite you when you grabbed it. So, you used the tape to secure the snake in your pocket and exposed its head. When you wanted to use it, you could easily grab its head. If you want to prove it, I think there are your fingerprints on the tape in your pocket, Shen Yan said confidently. Nangong Yu staggered 2 steps back. Shen Yan confirmed his thoughts from her reaction. He narrowed his eyes and continued, the reason why you did this, I think it's because of the second-hand preparations you made. If Lu Shuang was bitten to death by the snake in the room, you didn't have to do anything. If Lu Shuang wasn't bitten to death in the room, he would definitely rush out when he found the snake. Then, you pretended that there was a snake in the room and chased after Lu Shuang. You held the snake's head in your pocket and made sure that it bit Lu Shuang. But you didn't expect Lu Shuang to find out that there was a snake in your pocket. You also didn't expect Lu Shuang to run away so fast. Nangong, you saw that she could not quibble, so she simply did not quibble. She raised her chin and said, "Yes, I did it. Ever since this woman came, how cold have you been to Madam? This woman is simply a femme fatale. If the president is with her, he will definitely be killed by her. So, for Madam and the president, I must kill her. Only when she is dead will the president have nothing to worry about." Chapter 581. Xiaoyu, don't talk nonsense. Lu Shuang has only been here for 2 days. I haven't been left out. Yesterday, Lu Shuang saved the prime minister and averted a crisis. How could you do such a thing? Hua Zixing said. Madam, don't lie to yourself. I saw them when I went to the president's room to deliver breakfast this morning. Hua Zixing slapped Nangong Yu before she could finish her sentence. Nonsense. You were lying in bed with a fever this morning. I was the one who took care of you. How could you go to the president's room? Nangong Yu, what are you trying to do? Hua Zixing said angrily. Her hands were trembling. Nangong Yu covered her flushed face and looked at Hua Zixing in disbelief. She saw the anger and warning in Hua Zixing's eyes and her hostility disappeared. She pursed her lips and lowered her head. She said softly, I did this for the president and madam. I didn't do anything wrong. Yin Xiaoyu is mine. She made a mistake, so I'll teach her a lesson. Is that okay? Hua Zixing said gently. Yin nodded. Hua Zixing brought Nangong Yu to her room. Hua Rue and his maid immediately followed. Lu Shuang stayed in the car thoughtfully and didn't get out. Yin opened the door, sat in the driver's seat and said, You don't have to worry. This kind of thing won't happen again in the future. The bedding in your room and mine will be changed, and every corner of the room will be cleaned again to make sure that there are no snakes left. Snakes are timid. Snakes are timid animals. As long as you don't provoke them, they won't bite. Yin, don't you think that we were wrong first? We've gone too far. Hua Zixing is a generous and gentle woman. To be honest, you really shouldn't let her down. Lu Shuang said whatever was on his mind. Yin frowned and held her chin to make her face him. She said sternly with a commanding tone, We've already talked about this. I don't want to bring it up again. I don't want to repeat my relationship with Hua Zixing. So, don't say these things again. Don't even think about it. You know it, I know it, but others don't. Don't forget who you are. The mistakes you make will be magnified. You might even lose your life because of a small thing. Lu Shuang also said seriously. Yin paused for a moment, and her eyes flashed with surprise. Are you concerned about me? Lu Shuang's mind was in a mess. He turned his face away, flipped his hair, and pondered. She didn't know if it was because she cared about him, but she felt that it wasn't right. She looked at him and said, Hua Zixing is right. You and the Hua family are in the same boat. You both share the same interests. Hua Zixing might not care about my existence, but her family would definitely feel sad for her. Because of politics, a beautiful woman sacrificed her happiness. I promised her that after everything was settled, I would let her return to the man she loved. But she didn't sever ties with the man she loved in your marriage. The two of you know that it's a fake marriage, but others don't know. If I'm by your side, it'll be dangerous for you every minute. If you're not by my side, every minute is torture for me, Yin interrupted him and said. Lu Shuang paused for a moment, and there was a strange feeling in his heart. Yin couldn't really love her, could she? It was unimaginable. Her figure wasn't the best, her looks weren't the best, and her family background wasn't the best. Even her brain was barely passable. Your brain must have been caught in the door. Lu Shuang blurted out. Yin patted Lu Shuang's head and said helplessly, That's the only way I can be a match made in heaven with you. She could tell that he was scolding her, but she didn't know why she couldn't get angry at this moment. Her mind was in a mess and she couldn't think. I want some peace and quiet. She pushed the car door open and got out. It was much colder outside than in the car. She gathered her clothes and then remembered that she was still wearing Yin's coat. Wasn't this too ostentatious? She got into the car again and took off her coat for Yin. Get out of the car and let me be alone in the car. When we get back, ask the housekeeper to send me a down jacket. Put it on, don't catch a cold. I'm stronger than you. Yin threw the coat to Lu Shuang, opened the door, got out of the car and went to the villa. She wrapped herself in Xinyan's coat, and smelled the familiar scent on his body. She leaned on the car frame and stared at the President Palace. She and Xinyan thought that it was a mistake. 5 years ago she went on a blind date and she was set up by Su Jiran, that pervert. She and Xinyan slept together and there was no first time. Thinking about it this way, with Xinyan's wealth and intelligence, it was not easy for Su Jiran to set him up. He probably beat him at his own game. In the next 3 years she lived a life of a monk. Although no man chased after her and she could not find a boyfriend, she never thought that she could have a relationship with Xinyan. At that time she was young and energetic and loved to play. When she finally got drunk and made up her mind to have sex, she did not expect that she would have sex with Xinyan. No, she did not expect it, but it was all under Xinyan's control. Moreover, he deliberately made her pregnant. She stayed by Xinyan's side for Baya. She was unwilling, humiliated, forced, helpless, and rejected. During the 2 years she spent with Xinyan, she treated him as a cage, and every day she thought about escaping. Including this time when she came back, the first thing she thought about when she saw Xinyan was revenge. After revenge she still wanted to leave. She did not like him and she had never liked him. But, if Xinyan really loved her, he would do something for her, and she was quite touched. After all, in her impression he was arrogant, difficult to get along with, selfish and cold-blooded. She was also touched when he said that he was willing to offend his political partners for her. Now she was not young anymore and there was no longer a pure love. When looking at a suitable man, first of all she looked at his appearance, whether she could accept him or not, and then looked at his character, temper, personality, hobbies, behavior, past experience, and then looked at his income, real estate, and finally, his parents and relatives. After passing all these, she would not easily give all her feelings. She would try to get along with him and feel that he was good to her and she might be happy with him, then she would start to fall in love seriously. But she also started to fall in love seriously. It was not like when she was young. When she saw a handsome man, she would fall in love passionately, without considering anything else, including her future life and sustainable development. Her reason told her that she and Xinyan could not be together, so she had never given her feelings to him, and she felt a little burdened. Chapter 582. Don't you think you're stupid enough? Xinyan's voice could be heard. Lu Shuang raised her head and looked at him. She blushed at the thought of what he had said earlier on. She felt that it was not a good thing to be in such a strange mood right now. She purposely took a deep breath and curled her lips. I'm very smart, all right. I've known you for almost 16 years, but I really didn't realize that. Xinyan did not hold back at all. Lu Shuang could not help but roll his eyes. Didn't he say that he liked her? It seemed like she was overthinking again. This guy always knew how to make fun of her. She locked the car door. Xinyan? He could not open the car door. He frowned slightly. Stop fooling around. If you don't play the game, the bug will be gone the day after tomorrow. All right. She sighed. It was better for her to play the game. It was not so troublesome. From Monday onwards, there were still many things waiting for her to do. Lu Shuang unlocked the car door. Xinyan threw her down jacket into the car and closed the door. Lu Shuang changed into his down jacket and opened the car door from the other side. It was cold. This winter was colder than usual, wasn't it? Xinyan walked toward her. Lu Shuang took a deep breath. Nangongyu is quite unlucky. She was out the moment I came. One must always be wary of others. One must never have the intention to harm others. She coveted something that she shouldn't covet. Besides, she is not a good person. She deserved it. Xinyan's eyes were cold. But if I didn't come back, you wouldn't have these troubles, right? Lu Shuang asked. Xinyan hugged her waist and pulled her to his side. He said with certainty, don't doubt it. You being overseas is the biggest trouble for me. Lu Shuang stared at him and was stunned for a moment. She elbowed his stomach. Let go of me. Don't you know to keep a low profile? Is it appropriate to be hugging like this in public? Those who are here are all my confidants. Don't worry. Warue, right? Nangongyu, right? Lu Shuang pointed at the sky. Satellite? All right, I got it. He just couldn't help but want to hug her, as if hugging her would make him feel at ease. This was a kind of addiction. He let go of her and walked in front. Let's go. I'll play games with you. You're the president who has a lot of things to deal with every day. Why do you feel that I'm a femme fatale when you play games with me? Lu Shuang was thinking and talking to himself. When Xinyan heard that, he looked at her and smiled. It has nothing to do with you. I haven't had a single day of rest in the 6 months that you weren't around. Weekends are supposed to be my break time and I want to relax too. Moreover, this game is my salary to begin with. You helped me test it and discovered that I'll give you a bonus later. Really? Lu Shuang's guilt suddenly disappeared after hearing what he said. There was not a trace of it left. Xinyan looked at her smile. I'll give you two choices. 1, I'll give you 3 million and you can buy whatever jewelry you want. 2, I'll listen to you in bed for a month. Then I choose the first option, he. Lu Shuang said sneakily. Little miser. Xinyan said dotingly and poked her forehead lightly. She was older than him, so she poked his forehead too. Big miser. That's why we're a match made in heaven. Xinyan said with a smile and held her hand. She put her hand behind her back. Xinyan did not force her and brought her back to the room. The room was cleaned in a short while. The bedsheets and quilts were all changed. Lu Shuang glanced at the room and felt a chill in his heart. Are you sure that all the snakes have been cleared out? Don't worry. Don't forget that snakes are cold-blooded animals and need to hibernate. So they're easier to catch and they're not aggressive, Xinyan explained. No wonder those 2 snakes didn't attack me. Instead, they burrowed into my blanket. That Nangong Yu really is a little stupid. Hehe. Lu Shuang rejoiced. It was just a false alarm and he could still chase Nangong Yu away. To be honest, he did not like Nangong Yu, who was always against her. It was a blessing in disguise. In Hua Zixing's room, Nangong Yu knelt on the ground and begged, Madam, you have to save me. I did it for you. Lu Shuang is too much. He seduced the president in broad daylight. I told you to stop targeting Lu Shuang. Stop targeting Lu Shuang. Why didn't you listen? Hua Zixing was annoyed and raised her voice. I can't stand it anymore. Lu Shuang is such a bully. He deserves to be punished for being such an arrogant mistress. I was supposed to be foolproof. Nangong Yu was indignant. Foolproof? Where did you get the snake from? It's winter now and snakes need to hibernate. Even if you wake the snake up, it will be lazy and want to sleep. Why would it attack people? Hua Zixing said angrily. The snakes were given to me by Momo. Nangong Yu looked at the maid beside Hua Rui. The maid walked forward and knelt on the ground. She lowered her head but said calmly, Miss Nangong asked me to get a few snakes. She wanted them to be poisonous. I didn't dare to disobey her order. Hua Rui, did you know about this? Hua Zixing looked at Hua Rui. Mrs. Sleeping. I didn't tell her, Mo said. That's nonsense, Mo. You're so old. I didn't expect you to not only not stop little you but also follow her. There are so many poisonous snakes in the presidential palace. Someone must have done it. You must have thought of it, Hua Zixing blamed Mo. I didn't expect Miss Nangong to use it to kill people. I thought she wanted to play. I'm sorry. I won't make this mistake again, Mo said with her head lowered. Sister, don't be angry at Mo. Mo can only listen to Miss Nangong's orders. Moreover, if Mo refuses, Miss Nangong can still find someone else to get the snakes. Moreover, she obviously did it when you weren't here. Hua Rui spoke up for her. Mo. Hua Zixing understood that Nangong Yu did it on purpose when she wasn't here. The president is very angry now. How do you think we should calm him down? I won't do it again, Nangong Yu said with a pale face. Xinyan said that you won't have another chance, Hua Zixing said. He wants to send me back to China? Then wouldn't I have wasted 3 years of my youth here? What would my father think of me? What would my mother think of me? Nangong Yu stood up agitatedly. That's why I told you not to act rashly. If I didn't act rashly, would I still have another chance? You've always said that you would make arrangements for me. You've said that for almost 3 years. Where did you arrange for me? I saw that you and that Lu Shuang have an elder sister and a younger sister. You're very close. You don't want to arrange for me at all, Nangong Yu complained. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 583. Didn't I arrange anything for you? Every time Xinyan gets drunk, you're the one who accompanies her. Every time Xinyan falls asleep, you're the one who's disappointing. Hua Zixing stood up angrily. I'm disappointing. Alright, send me back. I don't want to stay here anymore. However, you have to think carefully. After I go back, I will definitely expose the relationship between Xinyan and Lu Shuang. I will ask my father to seek justice for me. I won't let you have it easy either. I don't believe that the power of my Nangong family will always be the same. I don't believe that the Nangong family's power will always be half-hearted, Nangong Yu said confidently. Hua Zixing's eyes gradually turned cold. She took a deep breath. She was as calm as the surface of a lake in winter. I understand. But I have to explain to the president. Xiao Yu, I'll have to trouble you first. What trouble? Nangong Yu asked domineeringly. Snakes hibernate in winter. I'll prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes. You just have to stay in the tank for a while and let Xinyan take a look, Hua Zixing said gently. Why should I do that? I didn't do anything wrong, Nangong Yu rejected her. Think about it in my room. I'll come in later. Hua Zixing walked towards the door and closed it. She asked 2 guards to stand guard at the door. She went up to the 3rd floor and looked at her plants. Hua Rue and Mo followed her up. Sister, what's going on? Hua Rue understood the gist of it and wanted to verify it. Xiao Rue, remember you can't tell anyone about this, Hua Zixing said solemnly. Is Lu Shuang really brother-in-law's lover? Hua Rue asked again. Xinyan and I have an arranged marriage. You know my health condition. Back then the Hua family was suppressed by the Xiang family. The Xiang family was getting more and more powerful. Although my marriage to Xinyan can improve the Hua family's reputation, Xinyan can also request the Hua family to provide the weapons provided by the M family. However, the Hua family still needed a strong military backing, and that was the Nangong family. I looked for Nangong Yu and specially arranged for Nangong Yu and Xinyan to meet. Nangong Yu fell in love with Xinyan at first sight. I told Nangong Yu about my body's condition. I wanted Nangong Yu to become Xinyan's woman and give birth to Xinyan's child. Her child would be the future president of country A. Because of this I am infertile, Hua Zixing explained. Brother-in-law doesn't like Nangong Yu, so he found another woman. That's why Nangong Yu got angry and poisoned that woman. Hua Rue understood. I've been with Xinyan for 3 years, and he has never touched any other woman except for Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang's position cannot be shaken by anyone, and I've been looking for an opportunity. We can only wait. Hua Zixing said. Then that woman really can't live. Only when she dies will the person arranged by my sister have a chance, Hua Rue analyzed. Xiao Rue, just keep this to yourself. Don't do anything, understand? Hua Zixing held Hua Rue's shoulder and reminded her. Hua Rue pursed her lips and didn't say a word. You just need to capture Xing Buhua, promise me? Hua Zixing needed Hua Rue's promise. Xing Buhua didn't even come to see me. He's very difficult to deal with, Hua Rue said dejectedly. To many men in power, it doesn't matter who they marry. Moreover, you have stunning looks and a healthy body. What they need is power behind their backs, power that can bring them to a higher level. Xing Buhua might just be baiting you. I'll arrange a banquet so that you can meet him as soon as possible. When you meet him, you must hold him firmly in the palm of your hand. Tomorrow I will let the people from Phantom train you. Go buy more clothes in the afternoon. I will transfer the money to your card later. Hua Zixing said. Sister, I'm worried about you. You're so perfect, Hua Rue said, her heart aching. Hua Zixing smiled bitterly. I'm not in good health. I can't even fulfill the responsibilities of a woman. How can I be considered perfect? Medical science is so advanced now. They'll definitely be able to take good care of you. When that time comes, you'll have brother-in-law in your hands. I took a look at that Lu Shuang just now. His looks and temperament aren't as good as yours. But she has a bright life. When I'm with her, I can feel that she's full of life and vitality. She's generous, lazy, and carefree. This kind of personality is very attractive to men, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Sister, Hua Rue called out. Hua Zixing smiled and said, It's a pity that she doesn't understand men. I'm just waiting for the right time. There's no rush. Haste makes waste. I know what to do. Hua Rue nodded. Ever since she was young, her sister had always been the most reassuring one. What about Nangong Yu? She's a little too arrogant. If we let her go, it'll be very disadvantageous to the Hua family, Hua Rue analyzed. Hua Zixing's smile remained unchanged. Xinyan is the smartest person I've ever met. His strategizing and strategies are at the peak of perfection. What do you mean? Hua Rue didn't understand. Nangong Yu, don't even think about going back to America in this lifetime, Hua Zixing said with certainty. She looked at Mo and said, Please prepare 10 snakes. They don't have any poison. Once they're ready, I'll invite the president. Yes. Lu Shuang was having a lot of fun when there was a knock on the door. Xinyan's eyes sharpened. He walked to the door and opened it. Mo nodded and said respectfully, President, Madam is asking for you. He replied. When he turned around, Lu Shuang's gaze was still on the computer. Some things were too cruel. He didn't want her to come into contact with them. It was good enough that he could help her vent her anger. He walked out of the door and entered Hua Zixing's room. I'm ready. I know what to do, Hua Zixing said gently to Xinyan. Xinyan nodded. You've worked hard. Hua Zixing looked at Nangongyu and said gently, go in. Nangongyu pursed her lips and looked into the vat. The snakes were twisting together. Although their movements were slow, it was disgusting to look at. Go in, Hua Zixing said again. Nangongyu took a deep breath. I don't want to. No one wants to. You should have thought of no one when you released the poisonous snakes. Xinyan said coldly. He bent his arm and looked at the time. He was a little impatient. I still have something to do. Don't waste my time. Hua Zixing looked at Mo and nodded. Mo carried Nangongyu. Let go of me. You dare? If you throw me in, I'll tell my father and he'll kill you, Nangongyu shouted. Mo threw her into the vat. Ah! Nangongyu screamed and wanted to run out. Cover it, Hua Zixing said. She couldn't bear to watch and turned around. Chapter 584. Nangongyu screamed and knocked on the lid. Let her out in 10 minutes? You know what to do next. Thank you, Xinyan said in a low voice. She turned and walked out of Hua Zixing's room. Sister, did he treat you like this before? Hua Rui felt that it was unfair. He is being polite to me, but he is even more distant to others. He is that kind of person, so don't feel sad and don't feel that it is unfair. The more powerful the Hua family is, the more he will not look down on me. Hua Zian said softly, revealing a smile, telling Hua Rui that she was fine. The more she acted like this, the more Hua Rui felt sorry for her. Sister, you're worth better. What I have has always been the best. Alright, it's going to be too bloody. Go back with Mo first. Don't come here for a few days. I'll inform you when I'm done arranging the banquet, Hua Zixing said gently. I think Nangongyu will hate you too. She won't serve you well. I'll ask Mo to stay here. If you need anything, just tell her, Hua Rui said worriedly. There's no need. There's a maid at home. I'll get her to do it if I need anything. Don't worry, go back quickly. Remember, don't say anything you see or hear here. You won't go either, Hua Zixing reminded. Mo nodded to show respect. Hua Rui left Hua Zixing reluctantly. When the 10 minutes were up, Hua Zixing opened the lid. Nangongyu had torn off all the snakes. Her hands and legs were bitten by the snakes. Her body was covered in blood, but she didn't know if it was hers or the snakes. She looked at Hua Zixing with hatred and said sternly, Hua Zixing, you're a coward. When I go back, I won't let you off. Hua Zixing clapped her hands and 2 guards walked in. Take her away. Take good care of her. I don't want anything to happen to her. Hua Zixing, what do you mean? Nangongyu saw the 2 guards walking towards her. Xiaoyu, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not, I've always treated you as a sister. You're too impatient and don't use your brain. Unfortunately, you can't accompany me to the end. Nangongyu's face paled. Do you want to kill me? Hua Zixing shook her head and looked at Nangongyu pitifully. I've said it before, I've always treated you like a sister. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep you safe. Perhaps it's good for you to calm down and give me some time. I'll save you. What do you mean? Hua Zixing, what do you mean by that? Nangongyu grabbed Hua Zixing's shoulder in a flustered manner. You shouldn't have touched her. She's Xinyan's Achilles heel. I've talked to Xinyan about the pros and cons. The Nangong family, the Hua family, and the Xin family are bound by benefits. But he won't let you off. I'm sorry, Xiaoyu. Hua Zixing looked at the guards. Take her away. Seeing this, Nangongyu knew that she was going to be unlucky. She had to return to the country and seek her father's protection. She grabbed the fruit knife on the coffee table and rushed towards Hua Zihua. But before she could touch Hua Zihua, she was kicked by Hua Zihua. Nangongyu fell to the ground and was caught by the guards. Nangongyu looked at Hua Zixing in astonishment. She didn't know that Hua Zixing knew martial arts. Wasn't Hua Zixing in poor health and congenital heart disease? How could she know martial arts? And it didn't seem like her level was low. Nangongyu was so shocked that she couldn't say a word. She was taken away. In the past 2 days, Baya locked herself in the library to mark the papers, and she was in a daze. Xing Buhua finished his work and prepared to go to Baya's place to help. When he walked out of his room, Xing Shang stood in front of him and looked at him. Xing Buhua called out, Dad. Dad, I hope you know what your responsibility is, Xing Shang said sincerely. Of course I'll always remember it, Xing Buhua said with a smile. You've been to Baiye's place too many times recently. It's about time you get in touch with Huarue. After all, there's only a year until the next presidential election. It's urgent, Xing Shang reminded him. Xing Buhua chuckled and said with certainty, I'm afraid the Hua family will be in trouble soon. I'm the one they want to curry favor with. I don't need to waste any effort. What do you mean? Are you talking about Shiniyen's downfall? The Hua family has its own foundation. We need the M nation's support. I just found out from Baiye that Shiniyen has a beloved woman by his side. He offended the Nangong family for this woman. If the Nangong family joins the Xiang family, do you think the Hua family will still be able to stand in the M nation? The Xiang family is stronger than the Hua family. The Xiang family's weapons are the best. The Hua family is just relying on the fact that they are a relative of the royal family. I'm afraid there will be an earth-shattering coup in the M nation soon, Xing Buhua guessed. If that happens, I'm afraid Shiniyen's position as president will be gone. Our biggest competitors are Zhuqiuani and Su Zheng. Zhuqiuani? Xing Buhua laughed. A sinister look flashed across his eyes. I won't let that old fox go. Are you sure he's related to your brother's matter? Xing Shang understood the meaning behind Xing Buhua's words. It should be him, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. How's your brother now? Xing Shang asked. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. His expression was heavy, concealing his complicated emotions. He's still the same. Since you're sure that the Xiang family will rise, you should keep in contact with them. I remember the Xiang family has 2 female concubines who are at the age of marriage trial. They're not as stunning as Huarue, but they're passable and talented, Xing Shang reminded. Annoyance flashed across Xing Buhua's eyes. He curled his lips to hide his true emotions. I know what to do. As for Baiye's side, you just need to be moderate. You don't have to go there every day. In terms of diplomacy, they used to be Shiniyen's people. You should focus on this aspect and keep in contact with them. Xing Buhua said perfunctorily, I know what I'm doing. Also, I've received insider news that Shiniyen is going to have a military parade before the new year. I'm not sure of his motive, Xing Shang said worriedly. Xing Buhua had already seen through it. I didn't expect Shiniyen to be an infatuated man. I couldn't tell it all before this. I thought he had no weakness. If he has a weakness, it'll be easier to deal with him. You're so secretive. You can't even tell me, Xing Shang said helplessly. I don't want you to worry about things that I can handle. You're old and can enjoy your remaining years, Xing Buhua said with a smile. He pushed Xing Shang downstairs. Dad, I'm going out. Chapter 585. Xing Buhua didn't even turn back. He raised his hand above his head and waved. Then he got into the car and drove away. His brother's woman? That made him feel uncomfortable. He stopped the car by the roadside and pinched his nose. Twins were very strange. They had the same looks, DNA, and even telepathy. His father was worried that someone would hurt them, so he was taken away by Xing Shang the moment he was born. Other than Xing Shang and his father, his mother didn't know about it. As expected, his family was wiped out. His brother survived because he was lucky. He knew about Gu Lingqing's existence a long time ago. He also knew that Gu Lingqing was his twin brother. Because they had the same looks, he was worried that it would cause a commotion and some people would speculate. It was also for his brother's growth that he chose to work in the black operation. Not many people had seen him and he had never returned to China. If he didn't know that something had happened to his brother, he wouldn't have returned to China. When he was investigating his brother's death, he found out that Shen Ao and Xing Dongqing were the murderers. He knew that he shouldn't have, but he liked Baiye the first time he saw her. It wasn't the first time either. She had been appearing in his dreams for 5 years. She would appear a few times a month. His phone rang, interrupting his thoughts. Xing Buhua glanced at the caller ID and answered the call with a heavy heart. Did you find anything? Not yet. Hua Zixing is very cautious. She chased me and her sister away. Also, the security is very tight. I couldn't get any information, Momo reported. You've done a good job this time. I will reward you. It's all because of your good leadership and the perfect plan. I don't dare to take credit, Momo said humbly. You deserve it. Since we can't find out where Nangong Yu is locked up, let's get her brother here. It'll be good for Shiniyen to get busy, Xing Buhua ordered. Why don't we just expose the relationship between Shiniyen and Lu Shuang? In that case, Shiniyen will suffer a great blow, suggested Momo. Xing Buhua lowered his eyes and the image of Baiye flashed across his mind. She asked him to protect Lu Shuang. He knew that Lu Shuang was very important to her. Since he had agreed, he didn't want Lu Shuang to die with Shen Yin. He was afraid that Bai Ye wouldn't forgive him if she found out the truth one day. Do you have direct evidence to prove that they are related? Xing Buhua asked coldly. Nope. But Hua Zixing admitted it. Hua Zixing is unusually calm and rational. Besides, she knows the big picture. She's definitely not what you see. When Shen Yin is pushed to the forefront because of Lu Shuang, she will definitely side with Shen Yin. Moreover, Shen Yin can become the president because he controls the media. Most of them don't have concrete evidence, so it's hard for them to make an impact on him, Xing Buhua analyzed. I get it. I'll use our diplomatic skills to get Nangong Yu's brother to visit, Momo reported. Okay. Xing Buhua hung up the phone and looked at the rearview mirror. A light flashed across his eyes and he sped up. A car behind him sped up as well. He sped up and drove up the mountain. The car also drove up the mountain. When they reached the top, Xing Buhua stopped the car. The car followed closely behind. Xing Buhua leaned against the car door and lit a cigarette. The smoke lingered in the air. Qiu Ting got out of the car and ran to Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua, where are you going? Xing Buhua blew a puff of smoke at her and looked at her lazily. He said indifferently, does it have anything to do with you? You're going to see Bai Ye, right? Qiu Ting said hatefully. Her eyes were filled with jealousy, hatred, and hostility. Xing Buhua frowned and put his hand on the car. He became more arrogant. I'm going to see Hua Rui. I heard that she's trying her best to see me. She's a famous beauty in country M. I'm going to meet her. What? You're going to marry Hua Rui? Qiu Ting was not calm anymore. In terms of looks, it's not a bad idea to marry her. As for the rest, I have to look at other aspects. After all, I have many choices now. Today, my father is going to introduce me to the daughter of the Xiang family. I can give it a try, Xing Buhua said. How did you become like this? Shameless. Qiu Ting said angrily. Her eyes were red. Qiu Ting, I hope you understand that I'm going to be the president in the future. My wife will be chosen by a famous family. I'm still thinking about which family, but this won't change. It's impossible between you and me, Xing Buhua said straightforwardly. You promised my father that you'd take good care of me. Qiu Ting sobbed. So I'll take good care of you like a sister. Qiu Ting, we grew up together. Don't fall in love with me. I'm not a good person. You know that, Xing Buhua said firmly. He twisted out the cigarette and opened the door. Qiu Ting pressed on the door of his car and asked, You like that Bai Ye, don't you? That day when I came to see you, you were still sleeping. I heard you calling her name in your dreams. I've already told you about me and her. She's my brother's wife. I need to make use of her now. So I pretended to be her husband and played with her, Xing Buhua said. But you called her name. You can't lie. I thought about it and I think you're lying to me, Qiu Ting said firmly. Call her name? Xing Buhua shrugged. She suspected me for a few days. I guess I was thinking about how to make her believe me even in my dreams. To be honest, you're the first and only person I can be honest with. Have you ever loved me? Qiu Ting begged. I haven't. Look at all the women around me. Which one of them isn't a hot beauty? You're my sister. I really have to go now. Otherwise, I won't be able to make it in time to save the damsel in distress. You can go back if you want. If you don't want to go back, I'll ask someone to give you money. You can live a casual life. Xing Buhua moved her hand away and got into the car. Qiu Ting stood there in a daze. She watched Xing Buhua leave, clenching her fists tightly. What should she do? She liked his unruly style. Xing Buhua got into the car. He glanced at the GPS and made a call. Lock onto Hua Rui's address. Calculate how long it will take me to get there. Yes, arrange a hero to save the damsel in distress. That's all. He hung up the phone and looked at Qiu Ting in the rearview mirror. He knew Qiu Ting too well. She wouldn't give up. He didn't want her to cause trouble for Bai Ye. So he could only shift the blame. Perhaps by letting Qiu Ting create trouble, he could stop his father from marrying Hua Rui or the daughter of the Xiang family. With Bai Ye, he didn't want to experience any other woman. Now all he wanted to do was to get rid of the conflict and accompany Bai Ye. Even if it was just boring marking papers with her, he felt very at ease, as if he was in a peaceful country full of happiness. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 586. At the entrance of Shuiyu International, Hua Rui and Momo came out. A motorcycle passed by them and the person on the back seat snatched the gift bag from Momo's hand. Momo was shocked and quickly shouted, "Someone there, robbers! Stop the motorcycle in front." A modified Mercedes-Benz motorcycle stopped in front of Momo and said to Huarue, "Get on. Miss, don't." Momo held Huarue's hand and said cautiously. Xing Buhua curled his lips. "Follow me then." With a pie sound, he sped forward and soon overtook the motorcycle in front of him. He stopped 10 meters away from them. He ran straight towards the motorcycle. With a leap and a kick, the motorcyclist fell to the ground. The person behind was agile and luckily did not fall. Xing Buhua walked towards him. The man took out a knife and aimed it at Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua used his grappling hands and easily grabbed the man's wrist. There was the sound of bones cracking and the knife fell to the ground. Xing Buhua pressed his body down and the man knelt on the ground with his hands behind his back. The motorcyclist realized that they could not beat Xing Buhua and threw the gift bag in the middle of the road. Many cars drove over. If he did not pick it up, the car would have run over the gift bag and it would be hard to say whether the things inside would be intact. Xing Buhua gave the person who threw the gift bag a thumbs up. He jumped over the fence and spent more than 10 seconds to pick up all the gift bags. The robber had already driven away on the motorcycle. Xing Buhua walked back slowly. Huarue and Momo caught up. He threw the gift bag in his hand to Momo and walked towards his motorcycle without saying a word. "What's your name?" Huarue asked. Xing Buhua looked at Huarue. "If you want to treat me to a meal or repay me, forget it. I don't have time and I don't need it." He continued to walk towards his car. His arrogance caught Huarue's attention. She ran over and extended her hand to block the path of Xing Buhua's motorcycle. "What if I say that I want to check if all my things are here?" "What?" Xing Buhua frowned. "Your appearance was a bit of a coincidence. Just now, you were suspected of deliberately letting the flying car robbers go. I have reason to suspect that you're in cahoots with them," Huarue said confidently. Xing Buhua nodded his head and didn't hide his disgust. "Is there a hole in your brain? If I didn't chase after him, the speeding criminal would have run away. Are you crazy to doubt me?" "Who says?" "I have to check if it's missing," Huarue said with a blush. Xing Buhua took off his helmet and hung it on the motorcycle. He crossed his arms and looked at Huarue coldly. "Go ahead and check. Hurry up, I still have something to do." When Huarue saw Xing Buhua's face, she was stunned. Her eyes were filled with ecstasy and shyness, and her heart was trembling. There was a kind of joy that settled in her dreamy feelings. Although she had never seen Xing Buhua in person, she had seen photos of Xing Buhua. His chiseled face was resolute and cold. He was extraordinarily handsome and left a deep impression on people. She was actually looking forward to meeting him. "I know you," Huarue blurted out. "Really? Then go ahead and check. After that, remember not to look for me. I don't want to be a farmer." He got on the motorcycle. "Don't you know me?" Huarue asked anxiously. "Do I need to know you?" Xing Buhua put on his helmet and started the motorcycle. "I'm Huarue, the one that you didn't show up for. I came to A because of you, but you didn't show up. Can you give me an explanation?" Huarue asked, feeling wronged. She was indeed the most famous socialite in M Nation. When she felt wronged, her eyes would be big and red. Coupled with her exquisite face, she was indeed quite pitiful. "I'm busy. Does this answer sound better?" Xing Buhua said lazily. "Can't you spare an hour? You can let me go to your office." Huarue was a little angry. She pouted her lips and looked very shy. Xing Buhua didn't even look at her. In fact, if the male lead doesn't show up at an ordinary blind date, it means that he doesn't want to go on a blind date. "I'm not planning to get married yet. I'm sorry that you came here for nothing. If you want to ask me for reimbursement of the round-trip air ticket, you can look for my assistant." Xing Buhua drove the motorcycle and left decisively. He glanced at the rear mirror and saw that Qiu Ting was indeed there. That was good. It saved him the trouble of having someone to settle it for him. He couldn't wait to see Baya. When he thought of Baya, his heart was filled with tenderness. He smiled and sped up. When he arrived at Baya's place, Baya was still reading the test papers. She hadn't finished the previous ones and another batch of test papers had been sent to her. She might be a little tired, but she wore her glasses and looked very bookish. He thought of a word: a top student. The woman he liked was a top student. His heart softened. He went forward and hugged Baya from behind. Baya smiled and held his arm. She looked at him and said, "Why are you here so early? Have you had dinner?" "I missed you. I haven't eaten yet." "I want to eat with you," Xing Buhua said softly. He put away his laziness and arrogance. When he was with Baya, he tried to get closer to Gu Lingqing and be the man she would fall in love with. The world was strange. He had rejected many women who were willing to change for him, but he loved the women who could change for him. I'll ask Xu Lan to prepare dinner. There's no hurry. There are too many test papers. How long will it take for you to finish grading them? Should I get someone to help you? Xing Buhua asked as he sat opposite Baya. No, it's too risky for you and me to find someone. I'll ask Shirlan to help me. I can trust her. It's going to be the New Year soon and I have a lot of work to prepare. It just so happens that I have time now. It's relaxing to mark the papers, Baya said, bowing her head and continuing to mark. She lowered her head and continued to grade the test papers. The article you posted today is very embellishing, Xing Buhua complimented. One case alone won't cause a sensation. The internet is more developed now. Some of the past cases just need to be sorted out and published together. Will be very shocking. What destroys a person, a business, an official or a family is not the case itself, but the public opinion. Baya said softly. Xing Buhua looked at Baya with a smile. He felt happy just listening to her voice. Chapter 587. Yes, Baya answered. By the way, the position of the head of the finance department is vacant now. Many people are eyeing this position. It won't take too long. At most, it will be delayed until the beginning of next year. What do you think? Xing Buhua continued to ask. Baya stopped and her expression became serious. She looked at Xing Buhua and said, this position may be through election because there are too many people who are eyeing it. Our people may not be able to get it. I also want to discuss this matter with you. I want to create a big event, but Baya wanted to say something but stopped on second thought. But what? Xing Buhua asked. Although the incident with Alan successfully pulled Xing Dongqing down, I'm also worried about the reputation of Country A in the international arena if there is another big event. If it causes the currency of Country A to depreciate, it will be an act of harming others without benefiting oneself. I can't do it, Baya said thoughtfully. Xing Buhua showed a doting smile. Baya was not only beautiful but also gentle, affectionate, smart and far-sighted. She was also very kind. Her kindness was hidden under her strong appearance. It was just revealed inadvertently, but it had already made him unable to control his heart. She could care about the world. Gu Lingqing was really lucky to have met her at such a young age. It's simple. Country Y is a friendly country of Country A. It has always been Country A that has been supporting the economic development of Country Y. In addition to the national debt, they have also sent a lot of talents to the country in construction, electricity, chemistry, science, medicine, education, and even roads. It's not wrong to say that they are a dependent country of Country A. It's a problem, Xing Buhua said. I seem to have heard about this. She didn't care about this before, but now she had to care about it. Country Y has a multi-party system, and the struggle for power has always been very intense. If there is a civil war at this time, it will definitely destroy a lot of infrastructure. In addition to deciding which side to stand on, Country A also needs to invest a lot of money. When it comes to money, then the business tycoons of Country A will have the right to speak. When it comes to money, Xing Dongqing and Xinyan have money. In order to clear his name, Xing Dongqing will definitely fork out a lot of money. Baya guessed. Xing Dongqing's money is in the open. After all, his family has so many businesses. Gu's money is also in the open. Xinyan's money is in the dark. He can't take it out in the open. No matter how much money Xing Dongqing took out, it would only be a whitewash. It was impossible for him to restore his position as the finance minister within a year. Then the one who has the right to speak is you, Xing Buhua suggested. In this way, not only can my people be the finance minister, but they can also establish the international reputation of a country. It's a pity for the people of Y country. Baya lowered her eyes. She recalled what Grandmaster Gufa had said. If she wanted to be the best of the best, she would have to step over countless corpses. Full of blood. She didn't want to. She was a human and so were those people. She didn't feel superior, so she felt a little burdened. People shouldn't think too much. If they understood human nature too well, they would feel sad. When my people go to coordinate, I will tell them not to bring harm to the people. Xing Buhua promised. Without a fixed residence, how can they not be affected by the smoke of war? It's hard to control the development of the situation. Moreover, a country can't participate in the civil war. Look at the war in X country. It's been 5 or 6 years and it's still not over. Baya leaned on the table. Don't worry. I promise that this war will only last for a few months. I have a way. Trust me, Xing Buhua said softly. He always said that he trusted her. The only thing she could do was to trust him. Ling Qing, I'm a little tired. I want to rest for a while, Baya said softly. Xing Buhua walked over, carried her up and put her on the bed. When I leave tomorrow morning, I'll bring a box of papers with me. I can help you mark them during the day. Baya was still hugging his back. You have your own things to do during the day. I'll be fine here. I'll mark them slowly. With something to do, I won't miss you so much. Xing Buhua raised the corner of his mouth, revealing a bright smile. You miss me? Where? Baya blushed. The last time she promised to help him, he rejected her in the end and went to the washroom to do it. They really hadn't been in contact for a long time. I'll be 3 months soon, Baya said implicitly. Xing Buhua looked at her deeply. There's no hurry. You sleep first. I'll mark the papers. When you wake up, let's eat together. Baya leaned against the pillow and looked at him. Tomorrow is Monday. If you're not busy, come over for dinner. I'll make you your favorite, braised pork with preserved vegetables. Okay. Xing Buhua returned to the chair and continued to mark her papers. Baya looked at him. She was very tired, but she couldn't bear to close her eyes. She hoped that nothing would happen between them. She hoped that they could get their revenge smoothly and leave safely. In the future, their whole family would be happy together. She missed Yan. Sleep, I'm not leaving. We can see each other every day, Xing Buhua said softly. Baya slowly closed her eyes and breathed evenly. Xing Buhua turned off the music and came over to cover her with the quilt. He continued to mark the papers. That night she had a dream. She dreamt of Gu Lingqing. He was trapped on an isolated island that was only a square meter in size. There were no trees around him and he was surrounded by the sea. He looked at her deeply and had many things to say to her. But she couldn't hear him. Looking at him all alone, her heart suddenly ached. A heavy sadness rushed out from her heart like a tide. Suddenly Lu Shuang stood behind her. Baya had a bad feeling in her heart. She shouted, No, Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang pushed Gu Lingqing off the island and looked at her with a despairing smile. She felt helpless and knelt on the ground. Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang didn't listen to her. He jumped off the island and into the sea. She was the only one left on the island. She was all alone. She was so sad that she jumped into the sea without thinking. But her heart still ached and she had difficulty breathing. She opened her eyes. The pillow was already wet. What she saw was Xing Buhua's worried face. What's wrong, Xiaoya? Did you have a nightmare? Baya hugged Xing Buhua and said in a choked voice, I dreamed that you died. Lu Shuang died too. I saw you die. I was so lonely so I jumped into the sea and died with you. A strange look flashed through Xing Buhua's eyes. He comforted her. I won't die. If I die, I will die after you. I won't let you live alone. Dreams are the opposite. Look at your silly face. Yes, dreams were the opposite. He was still alive. Lu Shuang was still alive. But just thinking about it made her feel sad. Chapter 588. He kissed away the tears at the corner of her eyes. It was salty. Baya calmed herself down and asked, What time is it? Xing Buhua bent his wrist and looked at his watch. It's 8:10 p.m. Are you hungry? Baya nodded. I'll ask Shulan to bring you food. Do you want to hide? All right. Baya called Lin Shulan. Madam, are you hungry? I'll go and prepare the food now, Lin Shulan said. A little more. When Baya said a little more, Lin Shulan understood immediately. He smiled and prepared enough food. He went to the library and knocked on the door. Baya opened the door. Madam, I've brought the food to you. I'll bring the test papers over later. I've already graded them according to your instructions. I'll bring some more later. I'll be able to bring a few thousand more copies out tonight. Thank you. Also, the report on the Education Bureau has been very well received. They haven't responded yet. What should we do next? Lin Shulan asked. Continue to publish the report. We've sent people to the school to collect evidence. Send it to my email after you've sorted it out. I'll contact Du Xinbo directly. Got it? Lin Shulan said happily. Working with Baya, there were good results every day. She was more motivated. She took a box of test papers upstairs and closed the door of the library when she left. Xing Buhua came out from the shadows and reminded her. You're targeting the entire Education Bureau. I'm worried that it will collapse. This is not a good sign. Baya paused for a moment and came to a sudden realization. I was thinking of blowing things up and making the education minister take the blame and resign. Now that you mentioned it, it reminded me. Actually, it's enough now. Next, we're not targeting the cases of the various schools. We're targeting the education minister himself. For example, do you have any problems with his style and have he done anything against the law? Baya understood. Yes, let's do it this way. I'll get an Ing to do it now. Baya immediately called Zhang Xingyu and gave him new instructions. Zhang Xingyu was very motivated to work with Baya. Moreover, Baya gave everyone in an Ing a salary of 3,000 yuan. They were very motivated. Yes. Xing Buhua smiled. He knew of Gu Lingqing's an Ing. They only listened to Gu Lingqing's orders and were directly under Gu Lingqing. They could even ignore the president's orders. But now they completely obeyed Baya. In some ways she was indeed more popular. Lu Shuang woke up early in the morning. He opened his eyes, sat up and looked to his side. Xinyan was no longer there. She remembered that he had the habit of jogging. This habit was the same as Baya. She chose a small suit from the cabinet, tied her hair into a braid and put on makeup. She darkened her skin, thickened her eyebrows and made herself look more boorish. Her lips were darker, making her look colder. She even applied shadow powder on her face to make it more three-dimensional. She was going to follow Xinyan from today onwards. She might attend many public events, especially during the military parade. If she dressed up too gorgeously, it would be too eye-catching. It was best to keep a low profile. The uglier she looked, the less likely those fans of Xinyan would attack her. She went out. Xinyan had just finished jogging and came in from outside. When he saw her, he was stunned. You just climbed out from the coal. Why are you so dark? Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. It's so early in the morning. Can't you say something nice? Mine is called smoky makeup. Xinyan sneered. I heard that smoky makeup only darkens the eyes. Your whole face is black. He paused. Don't tell me your whole body is black too? Lu Shuang did not want to talk to Xinyan anymore. He sat at the dining table and supported his chin with both hands. He did not go to take a shower. Instead, he came in front of her and looked at her face. You have the legendary Guangongmei. You're ugly enough usually. You can barely be seen when you dress up nicely. But now you're so ugly that it's affecting the appearance of the city. Lu Shuang frowned. You don't have to look at me if I'm ugly. Your wife at home is very pretty. You can just look at your wife. Xinyan's face turned cold. Her eyes glinted. She turned and walked upstairs. Lu Shuang felt that he should be angry. Why did he look down on her? She was ugly and proud. How could he hit her so early in the morning and affect her mood? She did not care if he was angry. She walked to the kitchen and asked the chef, Handsome, is there anything to eat? I'm hungry. Oh, it's ready. I'll bring it out for you now, the chef said respectfully. Thank you. Lu Shuang said politely. He turned around and sat at the dining table waiting for the chef to bring his breakfast for the day. A basket of soup dumplings, a cup of soy milk and a poached egg. Call me if it's not enough, the chef said. Thank you. It's enough. You're really good. I like it, Lu Shuang praised. The chef smiled and went to the kitchen to continue working. Lu Shuang was almost done eating when she saw Xinyan and Hua Zixing walking down the stairs. They were whispering something. A talented man and a beautiful woman. What a perfect match. She lowered her head and ate the last steamed bun before walking out of the restaurant. Xinyan's face turned colder. She frowned. Where are you going? Lu Shuang looked at her lazily. I'm going out for a walk. I won't affect your appetite. Call me when you're leaving. She did not wait for Xinyan to speak and left. Xinyan had nowhere to vent his anger, so she sat down on the chair. What's wrong? Did you two fight? Hua Zixing asked gently. I said that her makeup is ugly, Xinyan said. Girls hate it when people call them ugly. You should apologize to her later. I don't think she's a petty person. She'll be appeased soon, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Xinyan reflected. He was angry because she always used his wife to stop him. He had said and explained many times that he and Hua Zixing were just in agreement. She even said that it would be better for him to go see his wife. She looked like she didn't care at all. He did not know what he was thinking at that time. He just felt angry. Maybe he felt that she was being unreasonable. But thinking about it, when had she ever been reasonable? I'll go see her first. Xinyan got up and went out without breakfast to look for Lu Shuang. Hua Zik stared at Xinyan's back as a strange emotion flashed through her eyes. She raised the corner of her lips and lowered her head, returning to her usual gentle self. Xinyan found Lu Shuang, who was throwing stones by the lake. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 589. She grabbed a handful of them and threw them one by one. She liked to hear the thud as though she was throwing away her anger. Why was she angry? In terms of looks, she was no match for Hua Zixing, but in terms of age she was a few years older than her. She did not look good with makeup, but Xinyan was just stating the truth. Later, I'll get the makeup artist to teach you how to do makeup, Xinyan said. Lu Shuang looked at her. Why do I need to look good? My future boss will be worried. Xinyan frowned. Are you trying to make me angry? I have nothing to say to you. We are not on the same level and it's too tiring to communicate. Lu Shuang threw a handful of stones into the river and clapped her hands. Can we go now? Xinyan held her hand and her eyes dimmed. You know I like to joke. Are you angry because I said you are ugly? Lu Shuang smirked. If I get angry over such a small matter, then wouldn't I become a punching bag? Then why are you out alone? Isn't it cold outside? It won't affect your meal. Didn't you say that I was affecting the city? What makeup are you wearing? You really don't look good, Xinyan said and let go of her hand. Lu Shuang chuckled. In the eyes of the president, I am just one of your women who needs to be beautiful every day to please your visual nerves. But to me I am more like your secretary. You have your own topics to talk about. If I were to put on a pretty face I would probably be drowned in it. I want to be low-key and more low-key. The uglier I am, the safer I am. There won't be any reporters following me, and they won't be able to capture anything, Xinyan explained. Aren't we going to parade? Those soldiers aren't human anymore. They don't have saliva. Aren't the people around you human? They don't have saliva anymore. It's tiring talking. Lu Shuang turned around. Xinyan hugged her from behind. Lu Shuang was so nervous that his back was stiff. Brother, are there satellite cameras? Last night, the presidential palace blocked the signal. The satellite can't capture it. Lu Shuang relaxed a little and looked at him. Why are you hugging me? I'm not affecting the city anymore. Didn't you say that I would be worried? Good job, Xinyan said with a smile. This guy's smile was really flirtatious. He could be considered one of the most handsome men in the world. When did I say that you would be worried? Lu Shuang didn't remember saying that. Xinyan's face darkened. My future husband, why don't you have the self-awareness of being my future wife? This? Lu Shuang didn't want to argue with him and changed the topic. Are you ready to go? The procedures for the parade will be issued today, right? Under normal circumstances, my secretary will arrange my necessary itinerary for the next week and flexibly deal with those that are necessary but not urgent. The last one is the emergency itinerary. The parade is considered a necessary but not urgent itinerary. You will know when you go to my office. Then there are 2 meetings in the morning. You can rest in my office. I'm resting in the office, Xinyan explained. During the parade, can I see the files of all the soldiers? Lu Shuang asked tentatively. If you want to see all the files of the soldiers, I just need to open the database and it will be there. What you want to see should be my formless, right? Xinyan said directly. Lu Shuang knew that he couldn't hide it, so he didn't quibble. He nodded and said, I saw the person who killed my mother. He was wearing the same clothes as the person who tried to assassinate me on the island. Gu Lingqing said that it was formless. Formless belongs to me. Their information is not in the database. I can arrange for you to go and see it. If you see who the murderer is, tell me. I will not tolerate it. Xinyan promised. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He felt a little burdened. If you do this, will people talk about you? I feel like you are a little angry for a beauty. Xinyan smirked. First of all, you can't violate a military order. Doing this behind my back is a capital offense. Xinyan took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Xinyan held her hand and walked towards the villa. After I finish breakfast. Then Xinyan took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Xinyan just held her hand and led her back to the villa. Lu Shuang felt that he was really childish. He was a little brother after all. She followed Xinyan back to the villa. Hua Zixing had already finished eating. She looked at Lu Shuang and said with a smile, Actually, I think this makeup is very special. It's valiant and has a unique style. Yeah, I think so too, Lu Shuang said with a smile. Do me one day too. I think it's quite interesting. Lu Shuang pointed at Xinyan and whispered to Hua Zixing, I will do one for him one day too. Okay. It's quite interesting just thinking about it, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Lu Shuang realized something. Nan Gongyu was missing. She used to follow Hua Zixing around. She looked at Shen Yin and asked, "That Nan Gongyu, did you really punish her? How could it be fake?" Shen Yin looked at her helplessly. She sat down and said in a low voice, "Eat with me a little more." "I'm full," Lu Shuang refused. "It's very late for lunch today," Shen Yin reminded him. "Then I'll eat a little more." Lu Shuang was straightforward. Hua Zixing pursed her lips and laughed. "You're really cute." Lu Shuang felt a little uncomfortable being praised like that. She picked up a small steamed bun and took a big bite. The fat fell off. Shen Yin immediately took a tissue and wiped the corner of her mouth. "You don't need your makeup anymore. Who stole it from you?" "I developed this habit in Gu Lingqing's military. They demand that we eat in 5 minutes. After 5 minutes there's nothing left to eat," Lu Shuang complained. "Gu Lingqing's military is the most disciplined, prestigious and has the best results. But why did you go to his military? Wasn't it better to have your father take care of you in the hospital?" Shen Yin asked casually. Lu Shuang's eyes dimmed. She thought of her father, her mother and Baiya. "At that time we agreed to go to the military with Baiya. I went in but Baiya went to America." She shrugged and said indifferently, "This is fate. Although I never believed in fate, Baiya believed in it. Now I believe in it too." She had lost her appetite. She rubbed her stomach and put down her chopsticks. "I'm so full. I feel like I've gained 2 kilograms in the 2 days I've been here." "You look better with more weight." "Hey Shen Yin, how much do you dislike my looks?" Lu Shuang glanced at him. "Other than your looks, your IQ is worrying too," Shen Yin said with a smile. Chapter 590. You saved the Milky Way in your past life. Don't thank me, thank the Milky Way. Lu Shuang was speechless. Hua Zixing pursed her lips and laughed. "You guys are making me laugh." Then what did I do in my past life?" "You are the Milky Way," Lu Shuang said. Hee. Hua Zixing laughed so hard that she was about to cry. Shen Yin put down her chopsticks. "All right, get ready to leave in 5 minutes. Put on a down jacket, the weather forecast says it's going to be cold." "Can I move my computer? Didn't you say you have 2 meetings in the morning? There are a lot of files in your office. I'm afraid I might accidentally delete them," Lu Shuang said softly. "Follow me in the morning, I'll take you to the cabinet," Hua Zixing said softly. "The cabinet? I still need to level up, there won't be any bugs tomorrow," Lu Shuang rejected her politely. Hua Zixing looked at Shen Yin. Lu Shuang surprised her once again. Many women wanted to go to the cabinet, which was filled with the wives of the rich and powerful, but Lu Shuang only wanted to play games. How could such a woman become the president's wife? Shen Yin also noticed this and said in a low voice, "I can delay the bug for a few more days. Follow Zixing to the cabinet, I'll have to trouble you to take care of her." "Don't worry, I'll definitely take good care of her." Hua Zixing smiled. 5 minutes later, the 3 of them sat in Shen Yin's car. Lu Shuang sat in the front passenger seat and Colonel Cheng drove. Lu Shuang turned to look at Shen Yin, who was pretending to be asleep. "I suddenly thought of something, where's the reward you mentioned?" "The reward for saving the Prime Minister." Shen Yin opened her eyes, a cunning look in them. "Didn't I transfer 3 million to your account? Isn't that because I'm good at games? That level? He only knows how to hide." Shen Yin couldn't help but complain. "Shen Yin, you're so shameless." Lu Shuang couldn't help but complain. Seeing that Lu Shuang was looking at her in disappointment, he smiled. He loved teasing her the most. It was an addiction and a hobby. He said, "I've already asked my secretary to prepare a reward for you. It'll be spectacular." "Spectacular? Even more spectacular than 3 million? Lu Shuang asked tentatively. "I remember you were a lieutenant when you were in Gu Lingqing, weren't you? You've made a great contribution this time, so you'll be promoted to captain. It's very difficult for ordinary people to be promoted," Shen Yin explained. "That? I think 3 million is more practical," Lu Shuang hinted. Shen Yin ignored Lu Shuang. She closed her eyes and continued to pretend to sleep. Lu Shuang muttered softly, "Cheapskate, drink some cold water." She felt that the last 2 sentences were inappropriate, so she didn't say it out loud. Shen Yin heard it and smiled. She was in a good mood. He remembered something that happened when he was young. At that time, the high school entrance exam was a test for physical education. Therefore, in the third year of middle school, physical education could not be neglected, especially the 800-meter long-distance race. That day he saw her give a bottle of Coke to a boy in her class. That boy was only as tall as his neck. At that time he had ridiculed her. What kind of taste did Lu Shuang have? Not every boy who was less than 1.6 meters was a fighter jet. He easily snatched the Coke from the boy and drank it. He even treated the whole class except for Lu Shuang. He heard Lu Shuang saying that cheapskate, drink cold water, marry a wife and only have one leg. In the end she tripped over him while running and twisted her leg. He was in a very good mood. When he passed by Lu Shuang he felt refreshed. He even teased, "Yo, now you only have one leg left." Later he found out that Lu Shuang didn't pay for the drink. She borrowed $2.50 from the boy. The boy gave her $5 and asked her to bring him a bottle of Coke. He was kind enough to let the boy go. However, the boy never dared to lend money to Lu Shuang again. The car entered Shen Yi's workplace. After the inspection, it stopped at Shen Yi's office. The guard came to open the door. Shen Yi and Hua Zixing came down. Lu Shuang followed Shen Yi into the office building. Shen Yi's secretary was a white-haired old man. He wore a suit and looked very elegant. He was like a respected teacher in a martial arts novel, with a cool and proud temperament. There was a special logo on the belt of his suit. It should be a work uniform. She had come with Shen Yi on Friday, but she didn't see this person. He asked for leave last week. He is my secretary. His surname is Jiang. You can call him Secretary Jiang from now on. He is in charge of all the secretaries here. He is a very responsible and meticulous senior. I have a lot to learn from him, Shen Yi explained to Lu Shuang. There were very few people that Shen Yi could learn from. Lu Shuang nodded politely. Nice to meet you, Secretary Jiang. I am Lu Shuangshin, President's assistant. Secretary Jiang nodded indifferently, indicating that he understood. She works directly under me. I will ask her to do some things, Shen Yi said. Only then did Secretary Jiang place his gaze on Lu Shuang's face. He looked her up and down as if he was trying to gauge her capabilities. Lu Shuang felt guilty under his gaze. She straightened her back and tried to look at him directly. At least she didn't look inferior. Take good care of the president, Secretary Jiang said in a low voice. In front of others, Lu Shuang didn't dare to be too presumptuous. She nodded politely and said, I will follow your instructions. Shen Yi smiled. Sometimes when Lu Shuang pretended to be good, she could really fool people. He remembered that she didn't do her math paper once. At that time, many people didn't do it. The teacher got angry and asked those who didn't do it to stand up. Many students stood up and the teacher called their parents. He saw that she didn't do it, but she didn't stand up. She pretended to be calm. He hated that she ignored him, so he raised his hand and told the teacher that she didn't do her math paper. The teacher walked towards her and asked angrily, Where is the math paper? He saw that she said calmly to the teacher, I left it at home. I will bring it tomorrow. In the end, the teacher really let her go. She didn't have great wisdom, but she still had the ability to be anxious. Tell me the main schedule for this week, Shen Yi said. You have 2 meetings in the morning. The main contents of the meetings are about the election of the finance minister, the reform of the education bureau, the discussion of the military parade, and the maneuver of the North and South military regions. This week, you need to visit the old cadres, the empty nesters who were elected last month, and the 2 orphanages. You see, I still need to do those things. I will participate in the invisible maneuver this week. In addition, find a reason to invite successful entrepreneurs from 22 states to City A. I want to meet them, Shen Yi said. Chapter 591. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. We have to arrange this quickly. Otherwise we might miss a good opportunity. Our opponent won't give us much time to breathe, Shen Yi reminded him. Yes, I'll arrange it now. Your meeting will start at 9. Okay, Shen Yi replied and looked at Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing nodded with a smile and said to Lu Shuang, Come with me. Lu Shuang walked towards Hua Zixing and looked back at Shen Yi. He was looking at her too, and the corners of his lips curled up slightly. There were some things that she did not understand. For example, why did Secretary Jiang say that he was more resourceful and far-sighted than her father when he said that he wanted to meet entrepreneurs? The current him seemed to be different from the arrogant and wicked boy he was when he was young. He was more mature, calm, and shrewd than before. It felt like a boy had grown up to be a man. She had a strange feeling in her heart and she felt a little flustered. She lowered her head and followed Hua Zixing. Don't worry. Just stay by my side when the time comes. I can introduce you to the important members. If you don't want to do anything wrong, try not to talk. I'll help you, Hua Zixing said gently. Madam, there's actually no need, Lu Shuang said. I'm not interested in these things. You'll have to interact with them in the future. This is your job and responsibility. You can't avoid it. Maybe it's because your life is simpler, but it doesn't matter. I'll try my best to teach you. If there's anything you don't understand, you can ask me, Hua Zixing said gently. Lu Shuang wanted to say something but stopped. He was afraid that if he said that he wanted to leave and if Xinyan found out, it would be hard for her to leave. So he held back and followed Hua Zixing to the cabinet. There was a special meeting room in the cabinet. It was filled with women, and they were all seated according to their positions. The most respected one was Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing was the head of the cabinet. The higher the position, the closer they were to Hua Zixing. Lu Shuang felt that it was inappropriate for him to sit near Hua Zixing, so he walked towards the last seat. Hua Zixing held Lu Shuang's hand and said, Nangong usually sits at the first seat on my left to record the meeting minutes. She's been sick for the past few days, so you'll have to take her place. The meeting minutes are on the table in the corner. Hua Zixing's voice was soft and gentle, neither too loud nor too soft. It was just loud enough for everyone to hear. She explained the reason why Lu Shuang came here so that others wouldn't feel weird when she sat in the first seat. Lu Shuang felt that Hua Zixing's EQ was extremely high. It was something that she could never learn. He nodded respectfully and went to pick up a book and a pen from the table in the corner. Then he sat at the first seat on Hua Zixing's left. Let's have a casual chat. It's almost the new year. What kind of gift would you like to receive and give? Hua Zixing said with a smile. The meeting was dead silent. No one said a word. Lu Shuang didn't know what was going on, so he definitely wouldn't speak. Sitting down was torturous. She would rather play games in front of the computer than now. Hua Zixing looked at Su Zheng's wife on her right. Mrs. Su, what do you think? I think it's a token of our sincerity. Let's just do the same as the previous years. Su Zheng's wife didn't have her own opinion. If it's the same as the previous years, won't it be too perfunctory? Mrs. Zhuo, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked Zhuo Chuanyi's wife. I think we should give out a supermarket card. It can increase the nation's output and also let everyone buy what they like. It's a win-win situation, Mrs. Zhuo Chuanyi said. I think it's a good idea. It's more popular and convenient to apply for a supermarket card, someone added. Won't that be too boring? I think it's also a perfunctory idea. Hua Zixing said after some thought. She looked at Lu Shuang. What do you think? Lu Shuang was stunned. I think we can just vote by raising our hands. Those who think it's good, raise your hand. Those who think it's not good, don't raise your hand. Okay, let's vote by raising our hands. Those who think it's good, raise your hand, Hua Zixing said gently. Lu Shuang was the first to raise her hand, and the others followed suit one after another. Then we'll give out a supermarket card and a box of apples. We hope that everyone is safe and healthy. Is that okay? Hua Zixing asked. No one objected. However, Lu Shuang felt that the atmosphere in the meeting room was a little weird. She was a layman, so she kept her head down and wrote in her notebook. New Year's goods, a supermarket card and a box of apples. I'm going to the orphanage next week. Does anyone want to go with me? Hua Zixing asked. Sir, I'd like to go with you. Lu Shuang saw a woman in her 50s raise her hand. Her voice was trembling and she sounded like a yes man. Lady Zhang, you shouldn't go. Your husband is in the limelight now. It's not appropriate for you to go to the orphanage to see those innocent children, someone retorted immediately. The wife of the Minister of Education didn't look good. She said awkwardly, those are the doings of his subordinates. He doesn't know about it. He's being wronged. Some places are too far away for him to manage. It's just something that happens in the corner. That's exactly what you're doing. I think there's a big problem with the Ministry of Education. These students are the future of the country. What you're doing is shaking the foundation of the country. The Minister of Education's face was pale. She said angrily, Mrs. Chen, how can you say that? How is it shaking the foundation of the country? According to you, even a plastic bag thrown from the window can make a big hole in the ground? Is this the same thing? The Ministry of Education is training the next generation of the country. Your husband let some bad students replace the good students. Those bad students have bad characters. They commit murder and arson. They will also lead the good students astray. This kind of behavior is very bad. It's no wonder the foundation of the country will be shaken in the long run. What do you mean my husband let them do that? My husband doesn't know it all. If he knew, he wouldn't let this happen, the wife of the Minister of Education argued. Your husband is in charge of this. If he doesn't know, isn't that a dereliction of duty? Mrs. Chen said sarcastically. Chen Miao, you're in cahoots with that Baya, right? Are you her lackey? The wife of the Minister of Education said harshly. Lu Shuang's heart skipped a beat when he heard the name Baya. Chapter 592. She recalled a lot of her past experiences with Baya. The two of them went to the hospital for their internship together. As they were both newbies, they naturally got closer when they entered. As Baya's personality was rather cold, they didn't interact much with each other. The turning point was when the internship was about to end. She caught a cold and was in a daze the entire day. She didn't even finish her thesis and thought that it would be bad luck. She didn't expect that Baya would finish it for her and hand it in. She was a loyal person. After that, she became especially close to Baya. Slowly, the two of them became good friends. If it wasn't for her mother's matter, she would probably still be best friends with Baya. Unfortunately, there were no ifs in the world. Her mother wouldn't have come back to life. Now, Baya was already high up in the sky. The two of them were like strangers. In her heart, there was always some bitterness. The feelings in the past were really sincere. Her heart wasn't made of stone. It would not feel anything. Lu Shuang, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked. Lu Shuang came back to her senses. She was immersed in her memories and didn't hear what they were talking about. Oh, I don't understand. I won't comment. Hua Zixing was stunned and smiled. She really didn't expect Lu Shuang to have such an answer. Did she overestimate her? Can anyone explain in detail? Hua Zixing said gently. It's like this. This Lady Zheng is the wife of the Minister of Education. Now that there's a big problem in the Ministry of Education, I don't think it's appropriate for the minister's wife to follow the president's wife to the orphanage, Qin Miao said. What's inappropriate about it? I want to see that the child's heart is good. If you insist on scaring people like Baya, I feel that you have bad intentions, the minister's wife said angrily. Nowadays, everything that's being posted on the internet is the truth. How is it an alarmist? Look, the child's heart is good. Who would believe that? If it was good, why would they let a poor student take over the position of a good student? Qin Miao refused to let go of this matter. Lady Zheng said that her husband didn't know about it. I believe that the Minister of Education is also investigating this matter. I don't think the children in the orphanage should be involved in this matter. What do you think? Mrs. Wuxia said. She was experienced and prudent. As soon as she spoke, everyone was silent for a few seconds. Hua Zixing smiled and did not speak. Mrs. Zhua, Deputy Director Zhua, is in charge of the education department. You won't cover for her, will you? Qin Miao said sarcastically. If they find out the truth, they will definitely be punished severely. However, before the truth is out, it will show that they have bad intentions to speculate and slander us. Mrs. Qin, your husband is the director of the Provincial Public Security Bureau. What do you think? Mrs. Wuxia said calmly. Maybe it was because of her age and experience. Although she said this with a smile, it was a strong deterrent. I've said what I think. I can't do anything if you want to cause public anger. If you don't listen to good people, you will suffer. Qin Miao shrugged and looked indifferent. Lu Shuang, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked softly. Lu Shuang blinked. Didn't Hua Zixing tell him to talk less? He kept asking her what she thought. Did she think that the meeting could be adjourned? Actually, Lady Zheng wants to go to the orphanage to whitewash herself and make everyone think that she is very caring. Because she went with the president's wife, she also wants others to know that the president doesn't think that there is a problem with the Minister of Education. She wants those who are watching the show to shut up. Mrs. Chen thinks that the Ministry of Education is in the limelight now. If she goes with the president's wife to the orphanage, it will drag the president down with her and make others think that the president is unfair. Also, if there is a problem with the Ministry of Education, whitewashing herself like this will make people hate her. I think that going to the orphanage is fine. After all, everyone has the responsibility to love the orphans. However, it is not suitable to go to the orphanage when it is in the limelight. It will make people feel that there is something wrong with it. But I don't know much about it. In the end, it is up to you to decide. Lu Shuang smiled at Lady Zheng to show his friendliness. Everyone fell silent after she finished speaking. The atmosphere was oppressive. The people here didn't speak clearly. They stood in a high position and looked dignified. If they didn't say their private messages, they would seem hypocritical. Lu Shuang's words were very honest and thought-provoking. Mrs. Zhuo, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked Mrs. Zhuo. Lu Shuang glanced at the other people's expressions. She guessed that Mrs. Zhuo was the most respected person here, so even Hua Zixing was afraid of her. Mrs. Zhuo smiled. Indeed, Advisor Lu's words make sense. Before the investigation is complete, it would be inappropriate for Madame Zheng to go to the orphanage. It wouldn't be too late to go after the investigation is complete. Mrs. Zhuo looked at Lu Shuang with a smile. Lu Shuang realized that Advisor Lu was referring to her. I don't know if I'm right. Just wait and see. Lu Shuang tried to play dumb. She wasn't Advisor Lu. She wouldn't take sides with anyone. She needed to solve her own problems first. She didn't want to get involved in someone else's mess. Then it's decided. We'll have plenty of opportunities to go to the orphanage in the future. Mrs. Zhuo, Mrs. Su, can you two come with me this time? Hua Zixing asked. Su Zheng's wife nodded. I'm fine with it. Mrs. Zhuo pursed her lips and said meaningfully, I'm not going. I don't know if it's because of my water inversion, but I can't catch a cold. Maybe it's because I'm old and I can't be compared to young people. Mrs. Zhuo, you have to take care of yourself. Nothing else matters except your health, Hua Zixing said gently. You're right, leader. Mrs. Zhuo nodded. Who else wants to sign up? Hua Zixing asked. I like kids. I have to prepare some presents for them, Qin Miao said with a smile. Hua Zixing nodded. Thank you everyone. Let's call it a day. Let's adjourn. Lu Shuang wrote in his notebook, the president's wife will take Mrs. Su and Qin Miao to the orphanage. Hua Zixing stood up and walked to the door. Lu Shuang put the notebook on the table in the corner and left with Hua Zixing. She felt the air was much fresher as soon as she walked out. What did you see in the meeting? Hua Zixing asked in a low voice. The meeting is over. I didn't see anything. I'm a bit dizzy. Lu Shuang felt like he was taking a mock exam. She scratched her head. Her hair, which had been tied up neatly, was now in a mess. Chapter 593. Just the sound of it made it sound very difficult. If I knew all this, I wouldn't be so useless now. Please forgive me. I'm a little sleepy and want to sleep. I slept late last night. Lu Shuang yawned. Hua Zixing sighed. Take it slow. Ian is still in a meeting. Why don't you sleep in my room? There's a lounge in my room. Thank you, Mrs. President. You're the best. Hurry up and take me there, Lu Shuang urged, smiling as she hugged Hua Zixing's arm. Hua Zixing's lips twitched as she brought her to her room. Lu Shuang took off her shoes and clothes. She climbed into bed and got under the blanket. She waved at Hua Zixing. Please close the door. Thank you. Hua Zixing closed the door for her. Lu Shuang stared at the white ceiling. She felt a little bitter in her heart. Let the ending develop in the direction she wanted. She needed to show her power and control people's hearts. She really didn't know how to do all this. She was too casual and didn't use her brain much. She would get along with people she could get along with sincerely. She wouldn't get along with people she couldn't get along with. She didn't have so much time to think of schemes and strategies. She couldn't do that. People like her were more suited to find a stable job and a husband who worked from 9 to 5. She would gather with friends every few days, drink tea and go shopping. She and Shinian. Impossible. Just thinking about it gave her a headache. She'd better not think about it. She closed her eyes and went to sleep. Hua Zixing was sitting in front of the office chair when her phone rang. She saw the caller ID and smiled. She answered. You're here? Yes, I'm here. Have you learned everything you need to learn? Hua Zixing asked. Yes. Go back to the President Palace and wait for me. I'll be back at noon. My garden is on the 3rd floor. Do you like it? Hua Zixing said with a smile. Yes, you planted it. I'll definitely like it. I won't disturb you anymore. I'll go over now. Okay. See you at noon. Hua Zixing hung up the phone with a smile on her face. She continued to look at the computer. Lu Shuang was woken up by her phone ringing. She looked at the caller ID and saw that it was Shen Yan. He didn't know why, but he was still feeling down. He answered Shen Yan's call while lying down. Where? Shen Yan asked. Lying on your... She didn't finish the word, wife, and changed her words. Sleeping on Hua Zixing's side. I'm here to pick you up. It's time for lunch. We'll go to the training base in the afternoon, Shen Yan said with a smile. She seemed to be in a good mood. Yes. Lu Shuang sat up. He felt cold and put on his clothes. When he got up from the bed, Xinyan pushed open the door and entered the room. He closed the door again, came to her side, hugged her waist and kissed her lips. Lu Shuang covered his lips. I didn't brush my teeth. It's not like I despise you. It's not like you've been dirty for a day or two. Xinyan smiled and looked at him dotingly. Xinyan rolled her eyes at him. You're the dirty one. Yes, I'm dirty. We're a pair in the sky. We're both dirty. I didn't brush my teeth either, Xinyan said with a smile and kissed her. Lu Shuang didn't put his hand down. He kissed the back of her hand and smiled. It was a smile that could make all living things go crazy. This guy's face had the lethality to charm all living things. Lu Shuang put his hand down. You look like you're in a good mood. He had already found out where their child was. He also knew where she used to live, who she contacted, who she left, who she met, who she rejected. In the future, even if she left, he would be able to find her. Could he tell her? He couldn't. He sat on the bed and pulled her onto his body. His voice became gentler. Am I in a good mood? At least I will grant all your requests now. What do you want? I don't want to go to meetings with Hua Zixing anymore. It's boring. It's just a bunch of women. It's boring, Lu Shuang said immediately. Xinyan hesitated. Xinyan, you said that you would grant all my requests just now. You lied to me again, Lu Shuang said coquettishly. Where did that come from? I asked you to follow Hua Zixing to learn more. She received royal education from a young age, and her father is also a member of the royal family. She handles things more meticulously than I do. When you marry me in the future, you'll have to do all this, Xinyan explained patiently. Xinyan, you and I have known each other for more than 10 years. Do you think I'm cut out for that? When the teacher was in class for a few more minutes, I was the one who yelled the loudest. I wasn't suited to live in such a well-behaved environment. I didn't have that kind of brain. Every time Baya would tell me that if I was in the classroom I would be like this. In a palace drama, I'm sure I'll be the first one to carry the lunchbox. That's why I asked you to learn from Hua Zixing. Lu Shuang lowered his eyes and tugged at the flesh on his finger. I really don't understand why you want to marry me, who is so incompatible with you. If it's possible, I really think that you and Hua Zixing are pretty good. It's good that Hua Zixing and I are like this. She can help me manage the cabinet and get twice the results with half the effort. However, I want to give you a status. I don't want you to follow me with grievances. You don't want to follow me without a status, do you? Xinyan was a little angry. Her cold eyes narrowed. Lu Shuang knocked his head. You were the one who said that I would grant you every request. Are you angry again? Shuang, can you be more proactive? Don't make me feel that I'm the only one who wants us to be together, okay? Xinyan sighed softly and said helplessly. She really didn't want to be together with him. She lowered her eyes. She didn't know why, but there were waves of sadness in her heart. It was like the misty rain of Jiangnan enveloping her heart. It was moist and moist for no reason. Why do you like me? You know how I am. Lu Shuang couldn't figure it out. Xinyan smiled and looked at him seductively. Because there's only you. I've liked you since junior high. I've confessed to you before. Don't you remember? You confessed to me in junior high? Why did she only remember that he had always bullied her? Didn't the school organize a trip to Qingfeng Park? Xinyan reminded her. She remembered. Was it during the 3rd year of junior high? During the physical examination in the morning and the trip in the afternoon? When did you confess to me? Everyone said that as long as you give a willow branch and the other party accepts it, you can keep the other party and become a couple, Xinyan explained. She remembered the willow branch part. She still remembered that it was a very good day. The sun was high in the sky and there were no clouds in the sky. She bought an ice cream and saw a group of classmates sitting on the ground in a circle. One look and she knew that they were gossiping. She went over happily. Chapter 594. He ran so fast that she couldn't catch up with him. She stood on the bridge, panting. After a while, she saw him walking over with an ice cream in his hand. He asked in a relaxed and teasing tone, "Is the willow branch for me?" She was so angry that she was about to explode. She felt that Xinyan had spoiled her ice cream on purpose so that she could eat it in front of him to show off. "You accompany me to eat ice cream?" she said angrily. Xinyan passed the ice cream to her. She was shocked and suspected that the ice cream was poisoned. Otherwise, why would he really give her ice cream? She picked up the willow branch and whipped him. Just once. When she was about to whip him for the second time, he grabbed the branch. He said, "Hey, you are so fierce. Be careful that no one will marry you." "It's none of your business." She whipped the willow branch. He held it tightly. "Isn't this what you wanted to give me?" She thought that she had vented her anger by whipping him just now. She didn't want the willow branch anymore since it was his anyway. She let go of it, glared at him and left. He couldn't remember the things that happened after that, but he had a clear memory of this incident. "Do you remember?" Xinyan asked her. "I didn't know that the willow branch had the intention to confess. No one told me." "Where did it go after that?" Lu Shuang asked curiously. Xinyan chuckled. "In the President Palace, in my room, hanging on the wall. Didn't you notice?" Lu Shuang's eyes widened and her heart trembled violently. Xinyan really liked her? "I didn't see it." Lu Shuang shook her head in disbelief. Xinyan scratched her nose. "What can you see? I'll take you back to see it after dinner." "Aren't we eating at your house?" Xinyan knocked her head. "What house? That's your house too. If you don't want to go, I'll take you to another place for dinner. Don't you like eating fish?" "I don't like fish." "Who told you that?" Lu Shuang was confused. She was very casual when it came to food. She would eat whatever was delicious. "Didn't you always go fishing with your friends?" Xinyan remembered correctly. He knew her whereabouts like the back of his hand. "So, you're taking me out to eat fish?" "Yes. There's a fish feast that's especially good. When it comes to cooking fish banquets, Baiye's cooking is the best. Her cooking skills are top-notch," Lu Shuang praised. Xinyan looked at her deeply. "Are you really not going to forgive Baiye? She's your best friend." Lu Shuang paused. His eyes dimmed and he shook his head. The deeper their feelings were, the more hurt they would be. It was to the extent that they would never see each other again. Xinyan held her hand and walked out of the room. When Hua Zixing saw them, she stood up and smiled. "You go back first. I'll eat somewhere else with Lu Shuang," Xinyan said to Hua Zixing. "Okay. Have you arranged everything?" Hua Zixing asked worriedly. "Yes. Thank you for your hard work these few days. Call me if anything happens," Xinyan said to Hua Zixing politely. It was as if there was always a distance between them. It wasn't cold or hot. "It's my job," Hua Zixing said with a smile. She watched Lu Shuang and Xinyan leave. They left. They were all dressed up. Xinyan only brought Colonel Cheng with him. They drove to the back door of a restaurant in the downtown area and went straight to the private room on the 3rd floor. "We're out in broad daylight. Is it okay?" Lu Shuang asked worriedly. He looked to the left and then to the right. There were only the 3 of them in the entire corridor. "Don't worry." Xinyan comforted her. She brought her to the private room and sat down. She explained, "This is the 3rd floor. No one can come up except for special staff. It's so troublesome and scary. Isn't that right, Colonel Cheng?" Lu Shuang looked at Colonel Cheng. Colonel Cheng lowered his head and smiled. He didn't say anything. If the president did this a few more times, his life would be shortened by a few years. He was terrified. "You see, don't do this in the future," Lu Shuang suggested. "I bought this restaurant for you. I brought you here to take a look," Xinyan said. Lu Shuang was surprised. He pointed at his nose and said, "You gave it to me." She couldn't take it away. She couldn't bear to give it to him. "Who else can I give it to if not you?" Xinyan's lips twitched. The staff had already prepared Xinyan's lunch. They lined up to send it over. Lu Shuang looked at it. It was really sumptuous. There were all kinds of delicacies made of fish in various styles. With this, Baiye's fish feast was more homely. Lu Shuang took a bite of the round, pancake-like thing. It's delicious. How do you make this?" Xinyan looked at the staff next to her. The staff explained respectfully, "First, cut the fish into minced meat. Then, put in the cooked mutton and a small amount of flour. In the ratio of 5:3:1, put it in the lotus leaves and bake it in the oven at 500 degrees for 5 minutes. Then take it out and wrap the shaped fish and mutton in the chicken. After that, you cut them into slices and pour the gravy over them. This is the fish playing with the lotus leaves that you are eating now." Lu Shuang, she was just asking casually. She didn't need to answer so seriously. She wouldn't do it anyway if she heard it. She twitched the corner of her mouth. She'd better keep her head down and eat. "Introduce this Taoist to her," Xinyan ordered. "Spare me," Lu Shuang said. "What are you afraid of? I'm not asking you to learn. Why don't you let me learn faster?" Xinyan said dotingly. She gestured to the staff with her eyes. The staff nodded and continued to introduce seriously. The main recipe of this meatball is to beat the fish into minced meat. Then add the prawn meat and sorghum flour. Put them together and beat them until they are smooth. Then freeze the various fillings and wrap them in the meatball. The meatball is coated with a thin layer of flour mixed with egg white. Fry it in a pan of oil for about 3 minutes. Then take the meatball out to cool down. Then make a simple duck pot. Put the roast duck and bamboo shoots together and cook them until they are soft. Then fish out all the bamboo shoots and put the meatball in. Cook it for 5 minutes. What about the bamboo shoots? Lu Shuang asked. The staff smiled. This Taoist farmhouse is made with those bamboo shoots. The method is, all right, I don't need to know how to make it. Thank you for your hard work. I'm going to dig in. Lu Shuang stopped her from continuing. She took a bite of the farmhouse. In short, it was super delicious. How is it? Shinian asked. Lu Shuang gave her a thumbs up. Shinian smiled. Didn't you say that I'm stingy? The income from this place will be directly deposited into your bank account. Lu Shuang paused and gave him an ambiguous look. Afraid that he would see through her emotions, she lowered her head again. Hello everyone. I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 595. She was going to leave soon. Even if he gave it to her, she wouldn't dare to take it. After the meal, Lu Shuang saw the painting that Shinian was talking about. It turned out that he really brought back that willow branch. He didn't make it into a specimen, but he processed it and made it into a miniature willow tree. Beside the willow tree was a bridge. On the bridge, a man and a woman stood facing each other. The woman was holding a willow branch and the man was holding an ice cream. Wasn't this the scene they used to see? This is a 3-sided painting. You can see it differently from different angles. Shinian pulled her to the center. In the middle, the painting was changed. The woman was holding an ice cream and the man was holding a willow branch. Wow, it's amazing. It's not as amazing as insomnia. After making all 3 sides, you used the principle of optics. Didn't we have a lot of such designs on our pencil boxes when we were young? I remember it was on your pencil box too, Shinian explained. How could she remember the pencil box when she was young? Shinian held her hand and walked to the right side. In the painting, a man and a woman were kissing. Lu Shuang blushed instantly. This guy was too imaginative. When did you make this? As for the junior high school graduation, I prepared a gift for you and told you not to forget me. Even if we were not in the same place, we should keep in touch. I waited for you at the airport for 2 hours, but you didn't come. You even turned off your phone. Shinian recalled. His eyes were sharp. Her eyes were sharp and sad. She vaguely remembered that her classmates called her one by one, saying that Shinian was leaving and that she was at the airport now. She wanted to sleep. There were too many calls from her classmates, so she just turned off her phone. At that time, she thought that it was great. Shinian had finally left and her good days were coming. She went back to sleep with a sweet dream. Did you ask those classmates to call me? Lu Shuang asked in disdain. You even said that I called over 20 of my classmates to tell you that I was at the airport. Why didn't you send me off? Shinian frowned and asked with anger in her eyes. If she said that she wanted to sleep, he would probably explode in anger. She pointed at the painting on the wall. The leaves of the willow branch look quite fresh. Did you do something to trick me recently? It's vacuum inside. Of course it's fresh. Do you want me to take it out and let you study it? Is it the one you used to smoke me? Shinian's eyes turned colder. She didn't say the reason, but he could guess it. Didn't you like me at all before? Shinian asked. I don't like you. I hate you. I look forward to your transfer every day. Lu Shuang said whatever was on his mind. After saying that, she looked at Shinian's face and knew that he was angry. She couldn't lose her confidence. You bullied me every day. You didn't even do your homework. You even gave the teacher the love letter that someone gave me. You treated the whole class to dinner but not me. You even played tricks on me and made me look bad. Lu Shuang complained. Did I have to watch you fall in love with someone else? If I didn't bully you, how would you remember me? Shinian said with her eyes drooping. Her face was still sullen. You said that you like me but you married someone else. Lu Shuang's eyes widened. Shinian frowned and her eyes softened. Lu Shuang felt that it was useful. He said, if you like me, why did you marry someone else? Shinian hugged Lu Shuang and explained, I have the responsibility of the family. My father made a lot of enemies. If the Shen family doesn't rise, many people will suffer. When you step down, many people will suffer too, right? Shiniyin looked at her deeply. After a moment of silence, she said seriously, I promise you, I will marry you in 1 year at most. When my contract with Hua Zixing expires, I won't let you work so hard. What? Those people will still suffer. Lu Shuang was confused. If I can't establish my own power in 4 years, then I won't be able to be the president. No matter how much time I have, it won't help. I don't want to let you down again. He knew that if he let her down again, he would lose her forever. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. It was a very special feeling. Women were soft-hearted and moved animals. Because they were moved, they could ignore the other party's appearance, figure, family, background, and so on. Personally, he felt honored and incredible to be liked by Shiniyin. Shiniyin was the president. In addition to being beautiful, he was also a little younger than her. In terms of power, he was the best. He had good skills. Although his character was sometimes bad, sometimes it was okay. It was like she had tried her best to buy a house with 2 bedrooms and 1 living room in City A, but God gave her a big mansion in City A. In addition to being pleasantly surprised, she was more unable to adapt to it, so she had a feeling of unreality. He kissed her on the lips. Lu Shuang took a step back subconsciously. Shiniyin hugged her waist even faster. His eyes flashed with a cold glint, hiding his pain and anger. You still haven't fallen in love with me? How can I like you? If she said no, would he crush her to death? His current reaction was a little scary, and his grip on her waist was very strong. Didn't you want to kiss me? I want to brush my teeth. Lu Shuang had an idea. Shiniyin lowered his head and kissed her lips. His red tongue swept across her teeth. Her heart was beating fast. There was a kind of moisture and surging, as if some kind of emotion was about to rush out of her brain. She was a little repulsed, but she couldn't resist. She looked at him with her eyes wide open. He looked at her too. There was pain in his eyes, but he didn't hide it. This was different from his usual arrogant and superior look. She was almost cross-eyed. She closed her eyes. Shiniyin was teasing her. He was teasing her so much that she couldn't think. Would he be able to let go of her if she responded to him? She stuck her tongue into his mouth. Shiniyin was even more excited. His breathing became heavier. He carried her up, put her on the bed and took off his suit. Shouldn't he let her go? I think we should take a shower first. Calm down. Before she could finish, he kissed her lips, threw his clothes beside the pillow and unbuckled his belt. Lu Shuang pushed him away. He felt that he was too overbearing. Shiniyin, I can't run away. Take a shower first. Shiniyin was pushed away. He was unhappy. I'm not dirty. I'm dirty. I don't mind. He lowered his head. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.